This is college football on ABC Sports.
Joe Paterno can look back on a lifetime of football memories. First a quarterback at Brown, and since 1950 his name has been synonymous with Penn State football. National championships in 1982 and 1986. The 300-win plateau came in 1998, and tonight he can equal the legendary Bear Bryant in career victories. But nothing in that long and illustrious career could prepare him for the closing moments of a game September 23rd of last year. As Adam Taliaferro lay motionless on the field, Paterno and his Charges were devastated. The following week, his emotions overflowed.
Adam, if you're out there watching, we're still praying, kid. We're praying for you.
The prayers have been answered, and tonight number 43 is again part of the team.
Taliaferro on 3. 1, 2, 3. Taliaferro.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has been an inspiration to his teammates, all Penn Staters, and thousands of others for his courage, tireless work, and determination to return to the field tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Penn State's number 43, Adam Taliaferro.
Ever since I got hurt and I had the chance to get back on my feet, and Coach Paterno told me that one day I'm going to lead us back on the field. It was just a dream back then. Now I see that it's a reality. It's just kind of like a dream come true, and I've been thinking about it, and just to see us here now. Just, want people to know that, if the odds are stacked against you or people are saying that you can't do it, you never know. If you have enough love, support, family, and people praying for you, you never know you can achieve. And that's what I want people to know, because the odds against me weren't too good, but thank God and thank people's army I came through it.
Penn State has played football for 115 years, and they've had 71 All-Americans, but no Nittany Lion has ever stood taller than number 43 does tonight. A miraculous moment for all of us. Here comes Penn State. The largest home crowd ever at Beaver Stadium. And only the 6th time they've ever played in this facility at night. An emotion-packed day and night, and now it's time for football. Game here tonight. Hi, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Bob Greasy. I'm glad that after what happened a year ago, we were here the week after Adam was hurt, and we get to be part of the special moment tonight. But as Joe Paterno tells, hey, don't take anything away from Miami. They're a great football team, and we're here to play ball. And, Joe's been around since they were letting animals off the Ark, and here's Larry Coker. First time he's going to put his foot in the water.
On the one side of the field, you have a living legend who is doing this for the 36th time, walking the sidelines. On the other side, Larry Coker, his first game as a head coach after 22 years as an assistant. The only thing there is Coker has the better team. He finished second last year, maybe should have played in the championship game. He is ranked second this year, and maybe he has a shot at winning a national title. As far as Penn State, they're trying to avoid back-to-back losing seasons for the first time in 70 years.
Joe wants to turn it around on quite a night, and we'll have the kickoff after this break, and then John Terry will check in from New York.
Beautiful car.
200 horsepower, V6 engine. It's got your name written all over it. You like it?
I love it.
I feel a test drive coming on. You ready? I'm ready.
I'm done. I want this car. I will take this car.
You've got to take it for a test drive.
No, I'm going to take the car. I want it.
Let's put this thing on the road.
Let's go for a test drive. Test drive over. I want the car.
Chevy Impala.
I love this car.
We'll be there.
Oh, yes! Yes!
Want happy employees? Help secure their financial futures. At the Principal Financial Group, that's what we do. The Principal is the 401k leader, financial solutions for you and growing businesses. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
I don't know what my mother calls me more often, Jimmy or...
You must be hungry.
At her table, there's always a helping of this, a taste of that, and you get as much as you want, which is how Olive Garden brings you their never-ending pasta bowl. Have Alfredo with penne, or how about bolognese meat sauce with fettuccine? You pick your homemade sauces, you pick your pastas, you get all you want. It's all delicious, and it's just $7.95. Tonight, I'm having it with my brother. Mom calls him...
Did you eat yet?
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
I was heading for the beginner's trail when it hit me. My sore muscles were telling me where to ride. Time to switch to Advil. It's strong enough to let me control the pain, even on Suicide Hill. Take Advil and take control.
Sometimes my sore shoulder decides where the ball goes, but my doctor tells me for pain and stiffness, just keep moving with Advil. It's strong enough to let me control the pain and the ball.
Take Advil and take control.
Welcome back. John Saunders alongside Terry Bowden. Miami and Penn State coming up in a moment, but the #1 team in the nation this week at least is Florida, facing an undermanned Marshall team, 21-0. Ernest Graham with a couple of touchdown runs there. Duke scored the first 6 points of the game against Florida State since 45 in a row. Chris Ricks looks pretty good. And Texas, ranked #6 this week, 17-0 the lead over New Mexico State. The bad news on the day is for Virginia Tech. Lee Suggs, who led the nation in scoring a year ago on this play against UConn, doesn't look like much, but an MRI showed it was a torn ACL. He'll have surgery on Monday to determine whether or not he can continue to play this season, Terry.
John, Lee Suggs is their most valuable player. He was going to take the pressure of new quarterback Grant Knoll. If he can't come back, Keith Burnell, his backup, is going to have to step up fast.
Yeah, Grant Knoll did have a good day today. Lee Suggs, though, said it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal, so he says he'll return. We'll let you know. We'll see you again at halftime. Right now, let's go back out to Brad. Brad.
Guys, I wish you could have been here with us. This was the scene moments ago. The flashbulbs going off as Adam Talaferro made his way out on the field. We talked about the difference in coaches. There's some difference in players, too, isn't there, Lynn Swan?
Well, Brad, just like the quarterbacks are the opposite, the coaches are opposite, the quarterbacks are the opposite in terms of their experience level. For Miami, Ken Dorsey, he's thrown 35 touchdowns his career. He's a proven leader. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate. On the opposite side, Matt Seneca for Penn State has only completed 21 passes his entire career. He hasn't started the game since he was a senior in high school 3 years ago. Matt Seneca is going to have to play within himself and not have a lot of mistakes if Penn State is going to have a chance, Brad.
All right, Swanee, we're all set. Miami won the toss. They defer. Todd Severs has got it teed up. Penn State's got Larry Johnson and Eric McCoo back deep in front of almost 107,000 people. We're set for football. Miami comes in with a #2 ranking in the country and the second longest winning streak. And as Bob said, Penn State trying to make amends for only a 5-win campaign last year. Here we go. Larry Johnson right on the goal line. Johnson across the 15. Got to the 20. That's where Penn State will go to work. And there is Matt Seneca, who Swanee was talking about just a few moments ago. 6'3", 228-pounder. Those are his career numbers. First start for him in front of the big hometown crowd. He'll be working from his own 21-yard line.
He's a fourth-year junior. He's been around 4 years, has not started a game. This is his first start.
So they work from the 21-yard line. Crowd momentarily comes to a hush after using a lot of energy in the first 10 minutes before the kick. Seneca in trouble on the first snap. He's going to get something out of this, though. Got a block. Got collared out of bounds after he picked up about 8 yards on the scramble. Offensively, for Penn State as they mix it up a little bit on the sideline. Here's the big uns up front. Felder, Ransom, Iorio, Linda, and Matt Schmidt, who's played both left tackle and right tackle and center. He's probably the best one they've got up there. Nick Blosser, a former walk-on, as the fullback. Omar Easy will start the game. We'll see a lot of Johnson and McCoo. Drummond and Johnson, the wideouts, and John Gilmore is a big tight end. Eddie Drummond, number 20 there, is the guy that they would like to be their impact receiver. And there he comes out to the near side. 2nd down and 3. Straight up the middle they go. Sean McHugh.
Yes, that was an option. Franny Gannon, the offensive coordinator, said a little option will throw in.
Here's the front line defensively, and it's a good one. McDougal, Joseph, Walters, and Williams. The linebacking core, as you might guess, for Miami, fast as always. Williams, Vilma, and Chris Campbell. And the secondary might be the best in college football. Buchanan and Rumpf on the corners. Lewis and Reed are the safeties. 3 of those guys are on the Thorpe list for the best defensive back in the country, so you know they're pretty good.
They're loaded.
So 1st down, Penn State. Johnson in motion across the field. Here comes Omar Easy, making it look that way. Across the 45 to the 46, a 13-yard pickup.
Just good blocking up front, the offensive line, and then he gets a block from the outside. Bryant Johnson, number 24, is going to come in and pick up the strong safety right there. Johnson, a wide receiver. The one man that had to make the play, the free safety, did make the play.
The back-to-back first downs. 3 plays, all on the run. Omar Easy's numbers from last year. Picked up a first down across the 46-yard line. Here comes a blitz. Seneca stands in and now flushes out of there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to lose about a half yard. William Joseph has got him wrapped up.
One of the things that Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator, knows from the first series is, hey, they've got the option in. Secondly, they're going to throw on first down. Everybody's covered. Great protection. And Seneca just takes it back up the middle.
2nd down at 10. From the 46. Just underway, opening drive for Penn State. And again, they'll go straight up the middle with a fullback. And it's Sean McHugh. Got about a yard, that's it, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
It's the second option that the Penn State offense has run in the first 5 or 6 plays, and that there is nothing much yardage-wise, but that sends a message to the defense of the Hurricanes that, hey, you better be careful if you're going to do that blitzing, because if we get around the end and you're sending the safety inside, if we execute it correctly, it could go all the way.
They've already run more option than they did all of the other night at practice. 3rd down and 8. And Seneca from the gun with 3 wideouts. Pressure coming. And he's hit as he throws. And it'll bring up a punting situation. Jerome McDougal got there and got his arm, and Seneca's shoving everybody around.
From the far side, McDougal is just going to come around the blocker. Both defensive ends, McDougal and Williams, kind of met in the backfield, and both of them had a hand on it.
David Royer has had a sprained knee. Darrell Jones, number 1, back to return. He's a dangerous guy. Santana Moss, of course, filled that role sometimes last year, but Jones a good return man as well. High kick, short. Jones trying to clear everybody out of there. It takes a Miami bounce, and it's down by Penn State at about the 32-yard line. So here comes Ken Dorsey. Everybody's preseason All-America lists and all the others, including the Heisman, because of those numbers last year. 25 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. Interesting, Bob, last year kind of his receivers were leading him around. That's the other way around.
Well, and both of his receivers, Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, were drafted first-round NFL. Now they're gone. Now he has to help bring along some young and inexperienced receivers.
Clinton Portis, a tailback in the eye. Play action for Dorsey. Plenty of time, and there it is. First completion out to Darrell Jones. The aforementioned number 1, the wide receiver, makes a catch, a 15-yard pickup, and a first down. Here's a Biggins in front of Dorsey, and this list is about as good as you get to. Gonzalez and McKinney, both going to be number 1 picks. Romberg Haji Razuli and Bilba up front. Najee Davenport's a huge fullback. Portis the tail. Shockey's a big tight end. Jones and Johnson are the wide receivers. Jones already with a catch. And there's Bryant McKinney, all 6'9", 335 pounds of it. Portis crosses midfield into Penn State territory. Penn State defensively, probably their strength of the team is this group right here. Jones, Adams, Kennedy, and Haynes up front. Jimmy Kennedy is a load at that tackle spot. Ben Fatty, Finney, and Wake, the linebackers. And on the corners, Scott and Branch, Crenshaw, and Yisrael are the safeties.
So it matches up Penn State defensive line with Kennedy matched up against that great offensive line for Miami. Huge size, a lot of talent.
2nd down, 7. Jones in motion. And it's Portis, and he's got a big opening off the left side, and he's got great speed. Inside the 30, down the sideline. They get him at about the 11-yard line. Yaakov Yisrael saved the touchdown. Happy birthday, Clinton Portis. He turned 20 and just gave himself a 34-yard present.
With all of the talk about the passing game for Miami, it's the running game that can come up and sting you. Good blocking on the left side behind McKinney. And Portis almost outruns him for a touchdown.
Backfield is deep, and it's a good one for Miami. Portis, his numbers from last year, and off to a great start tonight. 2 tight ends set now for the Canes on a 1st and 10 at the Penn State 15-yard line. It's Portis again. Nice cut to pick up 4. Got a good block from one of his tight ends, Robert Williams, out there. The Hurricanes have already quieted the crowd, haven't they?
Exactly what the Hurricanes wanted, and that is come out, score on your first drive, and quiet this crowd. Larry Coker was saying a couple days ago he knew that there was no way that they were going to be able to get the emotion away from Adam Talafero. In fact, he said, if I'm out there on the field, when he comes out, I'm clapping along with everybody else.
He said, we're not going to win the tunnel, but maybe we can win the football game. 2nd down at 6. Portis, they just keep working that left side behind that big hoss McKinney, and this time Penn State does a nice job of stretching it out. Dave Benfatti got out there from the linebacker spot to make the stop. 43 yards already with a flag down. Portis 43 yards on the ground, and this penalty is going against Miami. Dennis Hannigan is our referee. Given the options, they're the defensive captain, Bob Jones.
There was motion in the backfield. Davenport was moving.
They're looking at the sideline, seeing if they want to back him up or leave it alone and make it a 3rd down situation. It would be about 2nd and 11 or 3rd and 6, somewhere in that ballpark.
Joe's accustomed to making those decisions. Larry Coker spent
holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat 2nd down.
We'll back him up.
Larry Coker has spent the last 22 years in the press box, and so he was saying the other day that, you know, in the scrimmages that they've had down at the Orange Bowl in Miami, he has actually been on the sideline and tried to rehearse making some of the decisions. All right, we got a penalty. All right, we got 3rd down and 3. Do I kick the field goal? So he's trying to get himself ready for this game.
2nd down and 16. Back at the 21. Dorsey, quick drop, 3-step throw, high. Might have been tipped, intended for Ethnic Sands. And it's 3rd down and long, so taking the penalty paid off.
Well, and that penalty is a killer down inside the 20-yard line because it backs you up and it almost forces you to throw the football.
Larry Coker, former offensive coordinator under Butch Davis, who went on to the head coaching job of the Cleveland Browns. Coach, I'm sure, watching tonight his former troops as he prepares for his NFL season. 3rd down and 16. 3 wide receiver group with Kenny Dorsey. They're going to keep it on the ground. Portis looking for a place to run, but nowhere to hide. Boy, he's collared out there by Derek Tolles.
It's a conservative call. Say, let's get on the scoreboard first. We got a good field goal kicker. Let's come in and get 3 out of this drive. From behind the defense. It's Bibla, the offensive guard, the right guard pulling around. Just nothing there. Good defense. Kick the field goal.
Todd Severs was 11 out of 16 last year. Going to try a 35-yarder. So Miami gets something out of the drive. The penalty hurt them, but they still end up with 3 with 9:30 to go first quarter. Canes on the board, the number 2 team in the country with a field goal.
It's a shot to deep right center. It's going. Oh, my God. Can you believe this? That is impossible.
It is not only possible, it is essential.
Calling all freaks.
Feeling a little nervous about getting on the bus?
Yeah, I don't want to go.
You have to go to school.
I don't know if I want to go, though.
That'll be fun.
I want to hang out with you.
Girls' first day. Be nice. First days are always a little scary.
I'm going to miss you.
Count on Malibu to be there with over 100 standard features, from a V6 and Air to anti-lock brakes. Chevy Malibu. It's dependable, just like you.
My can's busted, but I don't tear up. I put on a happy face.
Need a rabies shot, but I cheer up.
I need body work and a neck brace.
When Mother Nature throttles me, I don't sit and whine. When I spend, I'm getting back cash all over the place. So I put on a high.
The Discover Card with Cashback Bonus for the slightly smarter consumer.
Beginning next week, 2020 moves to Wednesdays. First up, Anne Heche, then Mariah Carey, and those are just the first 2 weeks. 2020 Wednesdays.
Kelly Dorsey led the team down the field. Clinton Portis did most of the work, 48 of the yards to get the field goal. As we said, only the 6th night game ever at Beaver Stadium. There's the previous ones. Penn State won 3 of the 5. Quite a setting. It's a beautiful night, by the way. It's cool. It's football weather, believe it or not.
12,000 new seats, 60 new suites. And the field we were on last night, it was just gorgeous.
Yep. Kick goes again. Larry Johnson 2 yards deep. They'll bring it again. Johnson weaves his way through the middle. Got a kicker to beat and did. Across the 40. Johnson down the sideline. Going to be knocked out, but it's going to be about a 75-yard return. Philip Buchanan saved a touchdown.
Larry Johnson is special. He's one of the running backs, one of the 3 running backs. Miami is so good on kickoff coverage of getting down inside the 20 so quickly. But Johnson just let him come down and then found an opening and just got down the sideline. And if Buchanan, the starting corner, wasn't there, had been at 6 points the other way.
Doesn't look like a guy. There's his dad, Larry Johnson. Doesn't look like a guy that had a bad hamstring, did he? He didn't practice till about 4 days ago. And went 69 yards officially down to the 31-yard line. Seneca, plenty of time. Going to the end zone. Johnson tipped away. What a great play, because Brian Johnson had a step, and at the last instant, Mike Rump put a hand up there. That one looked like it was going to be a touchdown.
Good call, first down. Fran Ganner, the offensive coordinator, throwing into the end zone, and this ball could have been caught. Johnson would have come back for it a little bit. Brian Johnson, 6'2", if he would have come back and went up for it, he could have made a play on it.
I thought Rump had swatted it a little bit, but I don't think he did. Johnson just took his eye off it for a moment, enough to force a 2nd and 10.
Here they come.
Blitz coming. Oh, and a fumble. Loose ball. Miami's got it.
Miami is a very aggressive defense.
James Lewis with the fumble recovery. Last Last year, Miami forced 33 turnovers. Here's their first one tonight.
From behind the defense, and you see these linebackers stepping up there. Right through there, right through the opening is where he came. That's what happens when you're aggressive and you blitz. Those are the things you had hope for. Miami had a lot of takeaways last year.
And whistles, penalty markers down. They'll blow this one dead.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, no first down.
So another penalty on Larry Coker's offense. Second one tonight. And that'll back them up inside their own 40. There's James Lewis, who got the fumble recovery. He had a couple of 5 tackles and a sack against Penn State 2 years ago. These two teams got together. First and 15 for Dorsey and the Canes offense. The throw, the tight end across the 45 to the 46. Jeremy Shockey, pickup of 9.
Shockey is an interesting story. He's a junior college, came over, played for Miami last year, made all conference, didn't start a game. Caught 21 passes, was voted all conference by the coaches in the Big East, and that's showing a little respect.
When you don't start, you're still all Big East. That's pretty good, isn't it?
He's a big target.
Second down and a long 6. Just inside the 46 for Miami. And motion, Najee Davenport again came out of his stance. He was guilty once earlier. And he took off on the long count again. So just when the Canes get something going, the flags fly and they go the other way. Third penalty on their offense.
All start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
Now, Miami is used to being penalized, and Coker knows that they were the most penalized team in the Big East the last 2 years. But you don't like those penalties on offense, especially the motion penalties, because those will stop a drive, and the holding penalties.
Momentum killers.
I can't think of any good penalty on offense.
Second down and 11. 3 wideouts now for Dorsey. Plenty of time. He goes across the midfield stripe again to Shockey. And he'll be close to the first down.
Well, Shockey is the leading receiver of all the guys that are coming back this year after you take away the 2 receivers that graduated. So Shockey, you would think, would be his like a security blanket. Tight end, get open, get downfield. That ball was thrown behind him, and Shockey just kind of slid to catch the football.
There's the returning receiver numbers, and there's what Bob was talking about. Shockey with 21 catches and 3 touchdowns last year.
Those other guys at the top there are all wide receivers.
First and 10 presented by Chevrolet. And we just saw it with 8 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Miami in front. A 35-yard field goal, and now a new set of downs to work at the Penn State 48-yard line. Play action. Dorsey. Deep middle. Shockey in and out of his hands. Incomplete. And again, he had his man beat back there. That pass had a little bit too much on it.
Yeah, and he knows he should have had it. Shockey's reaction is that it was a good throw, and I could have caught this one down the middle. Here's Shockey here. Watch him as he's going to come straight down the middle. No free safety. Israel 15 goes the other way. Throw it a little high, but that's one he should have come down with.
Second down at 10. Back to the ground of Portis. Portis got a nice block off that side. Here he goes again. Clinton Portis all the way to the 27-yard line. Another 21-yard run. Brian Scott tripped him up.
Take a look from behind the defense. Adams, 81, gets stood up. Portis is an outstanding runner. Shared time last year with James Jackson. This Hurricane offense last year was 5th in the nation in total offense.
put up a school record in points. They're looking for more here. All day to throw. Dorsey, touchdown.
That is picked.
Ethnic Sands, he did. He had two guys out there, and it's a 27-yard touchdown.
He had his pick. Ethnic Sands was a quarterback last year backing up Ken Dorsey. Moved back to wide receiver. And at Carroll City High School in Miami, he led those Carroll City High School team to two state championships.
As a quarterback.
Yeah.
Sievers in for the point after. Good looking drive by the Canes. It was 7 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They're in the end zone for the first time this year. Courtesy of Dorsey to Sands. 27 yards. It's 10-0 Miami.
You ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
Is that cold enough for you?
It's cold. It's not Coors Light.
Brewed at the edge of freezing to lock in that Rocky Mountain cold taste. Coors Light. Ah, tasty.
Who ate all the cheese curls? That's ridiculous.
Beautiful car.
200 horsepower, V6 engine. It's got your name written all over it. You like it?
I love it.
I feel a test drive coming on. You ready? I'm ready.
I'm done. I want this car. I will take this car.
You've got to take it for a test drive.
No, I'm going to take the car. I want it.
Let's put this thing on the road.
Let's go for a test drive. Test drive over. I want the car.
Chevy Impala.
I love this car.
We'll be there.
What will you do with 1,500 more minutes?
1,500 more nightly girl talks. 1,500 more good times to share.
That means more scores to check out. Verizon Wireless now gives you 1,500 more night and weekend home airtime minutes free every month with an annual agreement on select digital plans of $35 and above.
1,500 more chances to get a date.
1,500 more emails.
Even more goodnight kisses.
You always get more from the largest wireless network in the nation. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
Hey, one time for my mama, Vicky, rest in peace, baby.
Nice when the first catch of your career is a touchdown. Ethnic Sands capping a 58-yard march, a minute and 40 on a 27-yard strike from Kenny Dorsey. So it's 10-0.
Just as much fun catching him as it is throwing him.
He's finding that out now.
Yeah.
Sievers to kick. That's Larry Johnson, who had the 69-yarder the last time he touched it. They kick it to him again, but this time it's got more leg on it. Bounces out of the back of the end zone, and they'll work from the 20-yard line. Before they do, let's head in to Times Square Stadium in New York. John and Terry, fellas.
Right here on the Coors update. Tyler for the touchdown. It's your Coors Light update, 10-0 Alabama.
Coach Francione in his debut, off to a good start. Miami's off to a good start here in Happy Valley. 128 total yards already. Penn State, look out. They get to the quarterback. Matt Seneca goes down. It's Andrew Williams.
Yeah, that play took too long to develop. Receivers downfield trying to run routes. Take a look at Williams coming around the outside. That's Felder, 72, one of their better offensive linemen. That's a coverage sack. You need to get rid of that football. Yep. Matt starting for the first time, as we mentioned. They get used to that.
Second down at 20. Back inside his own 10. They'll go with a little quick opening draw, and it opens up pretty well for Omar Easy. And Omar gets out to the 19-yard line. Got 9 of it back. That'll bring up third down and 11.
The Hurricanes will attack you. They're an aggressive attacking defense. They like to blitz. In fact, in the first 8 plays, they had 2 blitzes. That's 25% of the time. And one of the blitzes caused the turnover following their second possession after they had that long kickoff return. Miami took it down and scored the touchdown.
And we're going to have a timeout taken by Penn State here with 6:03 remaining in the quarter. Joe Paterno's team in a 10-point hole with 6:03 to go in the first.
AT&T Wireless Services says go Penn State. Get in the end zone. Feeling a little nervous about getting on the bus?
Yeah, I don't want to go.
You have to go to school.
I don't know if I want to go, though.
That'll be fun.
I want to hang out with you.
Little girl's first day. Be nice. First days are always a little scary.
I'm going to miss you.
Count on Malibu to be there with over 100 standard features, from a V6 and Air to anti-lock brakes. Chevy Malibu. It's dependable, just like you.
Introducing the cooler box from Coors Light. See? It's built for ice.
More ASC certified master technicians, the top mechanics in the country, use Valvoline more than any other oil in their own cars.
Kenny, come to bed.
Hey, it's an all-new season of Whose Line Is It Anyway? With all new shows and all new jokes. See? It's all new. So catch the season premiere Thursday on ABC. See you then.
Third down and 11 coming up for a new Penn State quarterback. We talked about the inexperience of Matt Seneca. He's gone out with either a hand or an elbow injury. And talking to the team doctor right now and trying to shake his hand. But in the meantime, here comes left-hander Zach Mills, a redshirt freshman, never taken a snap.
And we were told that they were going to get him in the game somewhere along the line here.
Probably weren't planning on it this way, I don't think.
Right.
And here's his first attempt to pass. He won't get an attempt to pass. As he goes down, Walters and Williams are there. So right now, Williams has a sack and a half already.
Well, he's a redshirt freshman, and this is the first time he's ever gotten in a ball game. It's 3rd and long, and they called a long route, and he's got trouble in the backfield there.
I guess. David Royer now will have to punt. Darrell Jones takes a fair catch just about at the midfield stripe. So Miami's got great field position, only a 32-yard kick. They lead by 10, and they got a short field. Joe Paterno talking with Fran Ganter about, I'm sure, his quarterback. Here's our ABCSports.com poll. Who's the greatest college football coach ever? Here's your list. Bobby Bowden, Bear Bryant, Tom Osborne, Joe Paterno, Eddie Robinson, Newt Rockne, Enos Alonzo Stagg, and Pop Warner. Get online and vote. And we'll have results later in the game. Down the middle, Shockey, the tight end. Boy, it's nice to have a target that big, that fast, and he's just carving up the secondary right now.
This is a route a lot of teams use. They spread 3 and 4 wide receivers across the field, and they just send all 4 of them straight down. The only one you can see in the picture is Shockey, the tight end. He looks to our right side and then throws it over Finney, the linebacker. And Yisrael, 15, makes the tackle. Nice play.
5:10 left first quarter. 10-0 Canes looking to add to it. Portis with a big night already in that left side. I am telling you, they work out there. Bryant, McKinney, sometimes they pull a tight end over there to help, and it's just eating up yardage on the left side.
Yeah, and what it is it's an experienced offensive line that you're not hearing about. I mean, the quarterback and tight ends and the receivers make all the plays, but everything is running smoothly for the Hurricanes because of those starters in the front line.
Tom Bradley, the defensive coordinator at Penn State, former player here. Portis, again, they work behind that same group, and it's a first down. Ben Faddy made the tackle. And Portis continues to add to his total as we check in with Swanee.
Well, Brad, you're talking about the offensive line in Miami. I got a little story for you about Martin Bibbler, number 65. He continues a string that started in 1992 with Terrell Green, and that is having a Pennsylvania player starting for the Miami team for 107, now 108 consecutive games. That's unbelievable.
Really
Miami's got a lot of talent there, but they seem to pick it up everywhere.
He's from Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. Flags on the play as Dorsey was running for his life. Got the pass to Davenport, but penalty markers in the backfield. Fourth penalty on the offense now of Miami. Illegal procedure.
Second or third procedure penalty that could have been called.
Larry Coker, 53 years old, first time as a head coach. He said the good thing, if we win, you know, it's going to be Butch's team that we won with. If we lose, it'll be my fault, but I really don't care at my age who gets the credit.
That's right. Yeah.
We're talking about Joe Paterno being one victory away from Bear Bryant, and Larry says, I'm chasing Bear too, but I don't think I'll live long enough to get there.
Formation on the offense. Only 6 players on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Got to have 7 up there. Somebody didn't step into their spot, and so the penalty takes it back to the 26-yard line. Joe's been a fixture here for over 50 years. They're coming in. Rip Engel brought him in.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur too. He and Bowden, they won't be, these coaches won't be hanging around these schools like they have the last 15, 20, 25 years.
Dorsey, handoff, draw play to Portis. Portis weaving his way again, then puts his head down and plows to about the 12-yard line as we check in with John Saunders again. John?
Brad, last year, Joey Harrington had 3 interceptions against Wisconsin, already picked off once in this game. But this time he hooks up with a guy wearing the right color jersey, Justin Peele. 23 yards of the touchdown. Oregon up by 10. Brad.
And here, same story. Only Miami up by 10. And again, penalty markers on the Miami offense. Here's a call.
After the play was over, personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty for the end of the play. It will be second down.
Ethnic Sands is a guy that the head coach was talking to, so I guess he's the guilty party. Man, these penalties are killing them.
Yeah, and they've overcome them in the past. And but when you're in a tight game or at near the end of the ball game, they don't bother you so much at the beginning because you have time to overcome them. But near the end of the game, in a crucial situation, you just can't have it.
So they're backed up to the 28-yard line. Again, the quick opener. Portis is one busy back. Got inside the 25. ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Chevrolet. If only everything was as dependable as a Chevy. Chevy will be there. Powerade. Goodyear. And the Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family. Brad Nessler, Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, and our ABC crew in Happy Valley, where Penn State is down at home 10-0 to the second-ranked team in the land, the Hurricanes of Miami. Third down at 13. Dorsey, the drop over the middle, incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver, Darryl Jones, too high on the slant.
One of the defensive linemen may have got a piece of it.
Tried to throw it around Jimmy Kennedy, and that's not easy.
Yeah.
You better get a bus pass to get something around Jimmy. So it's going to be a long field goal attempt. 42-yarder for Todd Severs. He's got one tonight from 35, and he's got one from 42. It's good. So the Canes tack on 3 more and inch further in front. 13-0 Miami.
Miami's got some of the best special teams in the nation, and that is one of the things Joe Paterno was talking about. Not only the kicking game, but also the coverage game.
check in with Swanee.
Well, Brad, you know, we've talked about Adam Telefero and the great inspiration he is to people. Todd Severs, number 16, the kicker for the for Miami Hurricanes, is a diabetic, and he has an insulin pump. And before the season began, he wasn't sure whether or not he was going to be able to play and have the pump attached to his body, but he found a way. So this man and his medical team has found a way for him to play, control the amount of insulin with that pump while it's still attached to his body, and he's out here playing.
What a sensational story that is.
Yeah. A couple other diabetics playing in this ball game also. One of them an offensive lineman. And they go through it pretty good.
And everything changes when it's a night game. When you have something like the diabetes, Matt Schmidt and those guys,
yep.
It changes your whole day. They have to be monitored very closely because it's not a normal routine of a noon kickoff or 3:30 when it's 8 o'clock at night. Everything you eat, everything you do has got to be a little bit different.
The good thing is it's not real hot. In fact, later on the night, it's supposed to get down into the mid to high 40s.
I couldn't believe when you told me that. I said, we are in football season, I guess. The kick. Larry Johnson, 3 yards deep. He says, you know what? I got a chance on the last one. We'll try it again. But he only gets out to the 19-yard line. So the offense, let's see who's going to come out at quarterback. Again, Matt Seneca hurt his right hand in that last series, so Zach Mills will be the man. Our Pacific Live game summary so far. Dorsey's had a nice start. Portis with 94 yards. Seneca's out with an injury and only 14 yards of offense for Penn State so far. So here's the redshirt freshman now running the show. Omar Easy into the secondary after the 31, a 12-yard run for Omar. He's looked the best of anybody in a Penn State uniform tonight.
That's good blocking up front. That offensive line, Felder, Ransom, Iorio, the center. Take a look to the left side. Felder is 72, Ransom 55. Iorio already got his block in the center. Good running, straight ahead.
We're going to see a lot of that, I got a feeling. With a quarterback who hasn't thrown a pass yet. And Easy off the right side. Whew. Stood up by somebody. He just plowed him over. Jonathan Vilma held on for dear life, but Omar's a load. 242-pounder, and he picks up 6 more yards. Omar, born in Jamaica, only played 2 years of high school football. And he's a big fella.
3 good running backs, McCoo, Easy, and Larry Johnson, who has handled the kickoffs so far. This is their 4th possession. 2 punts and a fumble for the offense.
Omar with a good per carry average so far. This time up the middle again, and again he's taking would-be tacklers with him. He's close to a first down. A little bit short, it looks like. Matt Walters is on the bottom of that heap. Might be close enough to look at. Walters, one of those big plugs on the inside, a junior out of Melbourne, Florida. It is short yardage coming up. 3rd down, less than a yard. 1:30 left first quarter. Miami leading 13-0. Easy. Dragged down from behind by Andrew Williams. That shows you the speed of those defensive linemen, and Williams is having a huge first quarter, Bob.
Very quick from the outside. Just comes around from the outside. He's unblocked. The play is going away from him, but watch as he chases it down. That's just speed. You got to block. You got to put a tight end or a back over there.
Somebody to chip him a little.
In front of him, yeah.
He's had a field day so far. Sack and a half and a tackle for loss.
That's his first game with the Hurricanes. He's a junior college player that just came in.
Royer to punt again. Darryl Jones waits on the other end. Better kick this time. Jones camps under it at the 16. Got a block, got the corner, and then cut down. Nice open field tackle down there at about the 25-yard line. Scott made the stop. And the Canes will go back on offense. Reminder, next Saturday, we'll be back with another great college football triple-header. It all starts noon Eastern. We'll be in Austin, Texas to watch the 6th-ranked team in the land, then Michigan, Washington. Number 17, Notre Dame, pays a visit to 4th-ranked Nebraska at 8. There's a concerned defensive coordinator.
Tommy's had the ball 3 possessions and have scored on all 3 possessions.
Dorsey. Oh, what a block. And he throws a strike. And it's a first down. But let's hope that Penn State player is not injured, because he did a complete cartwheel. Derek Wake came on a blitz. And Ken Dorsey's even calling for the Penn State trainers. Who threw the block? Was it Davenport? No, he went the other way.
Left side of your screen.
McGahee. Whoa. Wow.
From the left side. He doesn't land on his head. He gets it over, but I think he hurts his knee or ankle.
Yeah, it looked like his left leg maybe. Yeah, they're working on the left calf right now. He's in some obvious pain. Derek, sophomore, who played so well in the victory we saw here last year after Adam Taliaferro's injury. It was Purdue here, and Purdue was heavily favored, and Derek Wake had a couple of great plays against the Purdue punt team that really led to touchdowns that led to the win. You saw the concern on the face of Adam Taliaferro's mom and dad as they look out now at Derek Wake on the field. Either his calf or his knee. They're going to work on it. We'll try to get a report, and we'll be back in a moment.
This one, Daddy, this one.
I don't know, honey. He's kind of expensive. Hey, what's up with this one? No one seems to want him. Oh, look, sweetie. Oh, he needs a home, honey.
Some people know when to pay a little more. The Discover card for the slightly smarter consumer.
Hey there, little Red Riding Hood.
My, what big calories you have. My, what low-calorie taste you have. My. This one's just right.
My, what big eyes you have.
You have no idea.
Great tasting 1-calorie Pepsi One. This one's just right.
Derek Wake went off under some help from his friends, but another look at what led to that, and he went airborne trying to get to the quarterback, and the blocker was clean and low, and he did a complete cartwheel, came down, and yeah, that left calf and knee really banged the turf pretty hard. Dorsey pump fakes one way and throws a shot down the middle, complete down to the 25-yard line to Andre Johnson.
Go ahead, Brad. I'm just saying, very similar to the things they've been hitting all day long, and that is straight down the field. Tight end was going straight down the field, and this time Johnson on the other side. You see, he looks right, pumps to the right side to Shockey, who's been catching all the balls, and throws to Johnson, who's splitting the seam down the other side.
More seams out there than an old pair of blue jeans.
Nice job of Rob Chajinski in his first game as offensive coordinator.
There's a look at our 1st and 10 presented by Chevrolet. You see they have to get down to about the 14-yard line, but they're going to do that in the next quarter, or try to. 222 yards of first quarter offense by the Canes, and they own the first quarter. You take away a couple penalties, it could be worse. At the end of the first quarter, it's the Miami Hurricanes leading the Nittany Lions of Penn State by 13. ABC Sports presentation of college football will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
She's not your daughter, but if you give her a ride home after school, she might as well be. Carpooling on the wings of Goodyear.
The Giants aim to return to championship form, while the Bronco running backs plan to carry Denver to the top of the heap. Monday Night Football, September 10th at 9, 6 Pacific on ABC.
See how we put your feedback to work at 11 during 12 minutes of uninterrupted news with fewer commercials than any other station.
More news, fewer commercials. It's another way we're taking action for you.
Looking for low-rate financing or big cash back on a new car? Then get to the 2001 Pontiac Summer Clearance, where you can get $2,000 cash back on your choice of any new 2001 Grand Am or Grand Prix. Or choose low 0% APR financing on any new 2001 Grand Am or Grand Prix. With deals this good, you may not believe your eyes. The 2001 Pontiac Summer Clearance, now at your local Pontiac dealer.
I'm Jane. Hi, Jane. And I take bad pictures.
No, Jane. You've just been taking your film to the wrong place. Gather up the prints and negatives those other guys made and bring them to Eckerd. We're trained experts, Jane. With the latest technology to make those so-called bad pictures picture perfect. And we'll do it for free.
The Express Photo Center at Eckerd.
Get more.
Live Pinpoint Doppler 4.
Another way Donardo Weather's taking action for you.
There's Joe Paterno's first 3 recruits 36 years ago, and there's Joe. Oh, boy. At the 24-yard line, Miami with a first down. Here comes a blitz. The give inside to McGahee. And he got about a yard. John Bronson made the stop. The second defensive line's in there right now for a good portion for Penn State.
Yeah. Dorsey, the first quarter, 7 of 10, 128 yards, and a touchdown. He threw to 5 different receivers.
He's got Sands and Jones out to the right side here on a 2nd and 9. Now he's changing things up. On the ground, McGahee brought down by Bob Jones, the captain on the defensive front.
I don't think any portion of Penn State's offense, defense, special teams were up to par last year, where they were 5 and 7. Defense was ranked 55 in the nation. That's not where they normally are. Their offense was a lot worse than that. It was just an up and down year, and most of it was down. And Joe couldn't wait for this season to get around quick enough.
First team defensive line's back in there now, but Dorsey still had enough time to throw. Incomplete, knocked away by Sam Crenshaw. As we check in, Times Square Stadium in New York, and John Saunders.
Alabama sitting on a 10-0 lead. It looked early like they might get blown out. Still a tight one. 8:30 to go in the half. Brad.
John here. Miami trying to tack on 3 more. 37-yard field goal attempt for Severs. He's hit from 35 and 42. And he hit the upright. He's living right. Goes in. So Severs with 3 field goals already. Laughing about that one as he kissed the right upright, skipped it through, and the Canes go further in front. 13:39 to go in the half. Miami by 16.
Every day, Verizon Wireless connects more people in more places than any other wireless company, all on the country's largest wireless network. So you'll know that virtually anywhere you go, from the big cities to the small towns, your call goes through. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
Now get 1,500 more night and weekend home airtime minutes free every month.
How can you provide for the future of the people who depend on you? With the power of Pacific Life. For over 130 years, Pacific Life has improved the lives of millions with investments, annuities, and insurance. Because careful planning today can help them reach their dreams tomorrow. Discover the power of Pacific Life.
This fall,
he wants to be a musketeer.
Experience one of the greatest stories ever told, as you've never seen it before.
You're quite good.
A timeless classic is completely reimagined with fight choreography by Hong Kong legend Yen Yen Zhang.
All for one!
Musketeer. Rated PG-13 at theaters Friday.
I like new things, especially when they get old.
Like keeping things around? Use Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. Max Life conditions use seals to help prevent leaks and helps keep your high mileage engine performing for a long, long time.
Son, another 100,000 miles and this baby will be yours.
And for a simple way to keep your wheels looking great, use Eagle One A to Z Wheel Cleaner.
The mole. I am the mole.
I'm not the mole.
The mole. Mole.
I am not the mole. I am the mole.
Mole 2, The Next Betrayal returns Friday, September 21st on ABC.
A full moon over Miami and Penn State in Happy Valley. Brad Nessler, Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan with you, the number 2 team in the country, in here in front of the largest home crowd ever for a Penn State football game. Almost 107,000 on hand. An emotional beginning with Adam Talaferro coming out of the tunnel before the team. But that emotion has been quelched by the number 2 team in the land now as they put up 3 Seavers field goals wrapped around a touchdown, and they lead 16-0. Here's a high short kick trying to keep it away from Larry Johnson. Diving catch and a tough one. Mick Blosser, the fullback, had to come up and shag that thing and made the grab at about the 28-yard line. Matt Seneca had a ice bag on his right elbow. It's a policy of both Penn State and Miami not to give out injury information, but from what we can tell, it's a bruised elbow, a possible return for him. In the meantime, Zach Mills, the redshirt freshman left-hander's in at quarterback. Matt's warming up like he wants to come back in and take another crack at it. Meanwhile, the pressure's on number 7 here from the 28-yard line. There's his first pass, and it wasn't too pretty. Mick Blosser is the intended receiver. Lynn.
Brad, I'm with Adam Talaferro. Adam, we know it was a very emotional moment for you. Can you tell us what was going through your mind as you walked onto that field?
It was just, I guess, a magical moment. I mean, I never thought it would be like this. It's just a dream come true to be able to be out here today.
What's the most important message you have for people in your position?
Just to always keep faith and work hard each day. You never know. Miracles can happen.
Now you're working pretty hard in the sideline. What are you doing with this defense now?
I'm trying to see what formations, what the tendencies are. If they're going to run a pass, try to help our defensive coordinator a little bit.
Okay, Adam, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Boy, that smile was remarkable, as has his recovery been. Still a long way to go for Adam, of course. But I'm telling you, between 11 months ago and today, it's, as he said, a magical moment. And we've seen his folks in the crowd, and they've been such a big part of it, and all the doctors at Ohio State that helped him so much, and then all the folks at the McGee Center that helped him with his rehab. He's signing one of the books there, Miracle in the Making. It's a great book. I'm not a big book reader. I read the whole thing the other day. That's an inspiration for anybody, whether you've had troubles like that or not, I'm telling you. Bill's going deep. Incomplete, double coverage out there on the intended receiver. And there's the Miracle in the Making, the Adam Talaferro story.
He's a symbol of strength and hope to spinal cord patients and families wherever. It's just
and of course, Mark Buoniconti's done so much work with that type of thing, and
Mark does a great job of going around and raising funds to help find a cure, and I'm sure Adam is going to be involved with that type of thing also.
Here's a punt, and gutty move by Darryl Jones, 34-yard kick and a short return. And let's go back down to Lynn for a second.
Well, Brad, you see here in the book it says to Danny Carter, keep the faith from Adam. And Bob, I think you could finish the rest of this story as you asked me to get this autograph for this young man.
Yeah, Danny Carter is a Tennessee high school football player who had a spinal cord injury. The spinal cord was not severed. It was just bruised a little bit, and some of the feeling is coming back. He's at the Shepherd Center down in Atlanta, and we'll take this book and give it to him from Adam.
Danny, if you're watching, we're in your corner, as everybody is, and we're praying for you as well, and hopefully things will improve for you. 7-yard pickup for McGahee, as spot duty for him tonight, with Clinton Portis running roughshod over the Penn State defense in the first quarter. And McGahee getting his call now. Dorsey, 1 touchdown pass, almost perfect first quarter for him. Really, you take away the penalties, and who knows what this game might be, because 233 yards already for the Canes, and there's about 4 more.
Well, they've scored
close to a first down.
Miami has scored on every possession, 3 field goals and a touchdown.
Time for our Aflac trivia question. And tonight's, what team does Joe Paterno have the most victories over? I do not know that one.
They've been in the Big Ten for what, 8 years?
Yep.
So it probably wouldn't be a Big Ten school.
No, I'd say maybe one of their rivals from somewhere around this part of the country. We'll get the answer for you a little bit later on. 1st and 10 here for Miami, right at the midfield stripe, leading by 16. Dorsey down the middle again. He goes inside the 30 is Andre Johnson, and they're just picking it apart with that pass, both sides.
Andre Johnson is one of the guys that Larry Coker is very high on. Top of your screen, just going to run a little skinny post down, break a little bit to the inside. You know, you don't know the name Andre Johnson, but they think as much of him as they did about Santana Moss and Reggie Wayne when they were freshmen and sophomores.
He's a burner, and the Penn State defense knows that already. Sands is the guy that has a touchdown catch. He's back in there now in motion. Play action. Dorsey wide open is Davenport, and he's going to score. Touchdown Canes. Nobody home on the backside. A 28-yard touchdown pass.
That's just good execution. Good play calling. Good execution by the Hurricanes. He had 2 receivers that were crossing. Both were covered, and he came back off of that to the back for a touchdown. Here's the back here. He's just going to slide out. Little fake of the run. He's going to look deep. That's just good play calling.
Seaver's extra point makes it 23-0 Miami. Dorsey with 2 touchdown passes now. The last one to his fullback. And the number 2 Canes are looking all of that number 2 ranking right now.
You know, you never know when you're going to get injured and miss work. That's why I have that supplemental insurance.
What's supplemental insurance? Aflac.
It's one that pays you cash for things like lost pay and other expenses.
What one?
Aflac. Just ask about it at work, all right?
What did you say it was?
Aflac!
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
You ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
It's cold, but it's not Coors Light.
Coors Light, tasty.
You know the girl next door has a snowblower.
Introducing the new Baja Chicken Taco, made fresh from Taco Bell. Marinated all white meat chicken, spiked with zesty pepper jack sauce and a cool Fiesta salsa. Now, buy 2 Baja Chicken Tacos and get a medium Pepsi free. Now get in here.
Is the ball a part of you? Does the grass carry you? Is the water there to catch you? Do you dream big? Do you?
Najee Davenport with the 28-yard touchdown catch, capping a 61-yard march, only a minute 28 seconds. Miami has scored every time they've had it. Field goals and now 2 touchdowns.
And you know, they're making it look easy, too.
Yeah, they are.
They're running the ball when they want to run it. They're throwing. The only thing that they have not looked good offensively is some of the penalties, as you mentioned.
So Severs has been a busy kicker. And Larry Johnson and Eric McCoo are back waiting on number 16's boot again. Johnson had the biggest play of the night for Penn State, a 69-yard kick return. And a little indecision. McCoo takes this one at the 1. And Eric got a across the 20 out to about the 22-yard line. Right now, I think Penn State needs a little bit of a pep rally. They had one last night, and Joe was the lead pony in that, as you might expect. And he's still got a lot of energy for 74. Look at this. We don't need no ties. We need wins. Oh, he's something. 322 career victories, but not liking what he's seeing right now. Matt Seneca's back in at quarterback. And again, they'll do the option, but the option is the fullback, Sean McHugh, and he got a short gain as we check in at Times Square Stadium and John Saunders.
Brad, Oregon looked like they might run away and hide early in this game, but Wisconsin has their offense going now. Jim Sorgi to Nick Davis, 18 yards for a touchdown, and they are now only down a field goal at 10-7. Brad.
Wisconsin got a gutty win last week over Virginia after Brooks Bollinger, their quarterback, got hurt and isn't playing tonight. But Sorgi's doing a nice job. He did a nice job filling in for him last year, too, when there were some injury problems.
Harrington's the best quarterback we haven't heard about.
And that pass incomplete. Seneca's first throw since he banged his elbow, and it's nowhere near the intended receiver. It'll bring up second down and long. Our Aflac trivia question we asked you a little while ago: what team does Joe Paterno have the most wins against? As Bob said, probably not a Big Ten team. They haven't been in it long enough. Who is it? West Virginia. I was going to guess Pittsburgh. West Virginia, 25. West Virginia took it on the kisser by Boston College today in a game we had earlier for most of you here on ABC. As Boston College looked good once they got their offense in gear.
Didn't they, though?
Yep. Third down and 8. Penn State hoping to get theirs on track here. Seneca under pressure. That's not going to help the elbow. Jamal Green got him from the backside. Second sack. And it brings out the punting unit.
Green's had a problem with a foot problem. Seneca back looking to throw. Green just runs around Felder from the outside. You got to step up in that pocket.
David Royer again to punt, this time near his own goal line. See if Miami puts some heat on it. They do up the middle, and they got close. Jones from the 46. And dances his way across the 50 and then gives up some ground. But Miami again is winning the battle of field position big time, and they're winning the war too. It's 23-0. Reminder, ABC's regular season premiere, Monday Night Football, the NFC champion New York Giants will be taking on the Denver Broncos in their brand new stadium next Monday night, live 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC. And Ryan kind of opened up that stadium in the preseason with a pretty good night the other night.
Yes, he did. And he took the night off the other night, though. Friday night.
That's okay. He had 3 touchdown passes that first time.
They get paid that preseason.
Dorsey's got a man open. Undershot him because he took a hit as he was letting go of the ball. Anthony Adams got to him, and he gives Anthony a tap on the helmet. A little sportsmanship there. Oklahoma took him a while to get rolling. Fisher DeBerry's troops were ready early, and then they got things going. Troy State gave Nebraska some early trouble, but the Huskers a winner. Florida State, Duke had a lead at one time, didn't stay there, did it? 55-13. So look at some of the other top 20 teams. We'll be in Texas next week for the 6th-ranked Longhorns. John just showed me the update on Wisconsin and Oregon, and here it's 23-0, the number 2 team in the country. McGahee crossed the 45, got 5. Bob Jones made the tackle. And as Bob Greasy said, it's on the ground, it's through the air, it's about whatever they want to choose to do right now.
And they're rolling, and they've got a new offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator, Larry Coker, moved to a new position, a head coach. He seems to be doing all right. They have a new defensive coordinator in Randy Shannon. The defense seems to be doing all right. A lot of movement, not in the players so much, but in the coaching staff, and all factions seem to be doing very well.
Larry Coker said we maybe know our players better than we know each other. Here's McGahee on a 3rd and 5, and they still haven't picked up a 3rd down. Bruce Branch came up from the corner to make the stop. And as you look up the booth, McCain's Brain Trust.
coordinators are on the two ends. Shadzinski on the left, Shannon on the right.
So finally, Miami's got to give it up. First punt of the night.
#1, Bruce Branch.
Freddie Capshaw set to kick away. Bruce Branch is waiting on the other end. Punt's going to go out of bounds. Pretty good looking kick. That's what his plan was to do. And they'll spot it at about the 12-yard line. That's where Penn State will have to work when we return. Nittany Lions trailing by 23. They'll be on offense when we come back.
If a running back gets enough carries and breaks enough tackles, he can rush for 100 yards in a game. But can anybody do that for 14 games in a row? Well, no, not anybody. Just Barry Sanders.
Hey, nothing beats an original. Original Coors. Brewed with Rocky Mountain water.
Original Coors. Nice pitch.
We're the nation's first totally wireless campus. Everywhere you go on campus, you're connected.
Wireless can go anywhere. Small business, medium business.
All faculty and students are using Gateway Solo laptops.
Gateway has an elite technical support group that works with large customers.
Wireless is a great solution because it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. The cost is lower and the support is greater. They stood behind us every step of the way. That's not just any company. Gateway does that.
Let us design a business solution for you. Call Clicker.
Miami up 23. Our Pac Live game summary. This is the way they got there. The only bright spot really for Penn State was Larry Johnson's 69-yard kickoff return. The problem is they fumbled subsequently on that drive, gave it back to the Canes, and they took advantage. Ethnic Sands on the end of Ken Dorsey's first touchdown pass, and then a wide open Ajay Davenport down the sideline for another touchdown. You put that with Seaver's field goals, and that's where we sit. 23-0. Miami out in front.
Penn State just needs to get back to basics and just not try to catch up all in one drive. Just get a good drive, get some points on the board, run your natural, normal offense.
Here's a counter to McCoo, and McCoo jumps through a hole and got about 8 or 9 across the 20. Eric McCoo coming in now. Omar Easy started the game. We told you we'd see Eric McCoo. We'll see Larry Johnson in the backfield at times too.
From behind the defense. Nice blocking up front.
He could become only the second Penn State player to lead him in rushing 4 straight years. DJ Dozier did it back in his day. And Eric has that possibility. He got 9 on that first carry. So second down, a long yard. They'll give it to him again. He's going to have to fight for this one. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Vince Wilfork is there to make the stop. McCoo's done some nice things over his stay in Happy Valley. The 3 previous seasons put up those numbers. So he continues to move up in the all-time charts. 3rd down and 1 coming here. Penn State needs something to go right for them. We're under 7 minutes and a half, and they are down 23. There's a pitch to McCoo, and I don't know. Might have gotten there.
It's a nice play by Edward Reed. Come up from his safety position to make that tackle almost in the backfield near the line of scrimmage.
I think he got it. He did. Coming at you.
Reed's going to come up right there, number 20, and make the play. Just got enough for a first down.
You believe that's the first 3rd down conversion we've had by either team tonight?
In the game, yeah.
Frank Ganner there on the left, the offensive coordinator, next to Coach Paterno. New fullback in is Paul Jefferson. He's in front of McCoo. And here's the toss to Eric, trying the left side. Miami's just so fast when you run plays wide. There's going to be a group of guys there to meet you.
You run east and west, and those linebackers who used to be defensive backs, they grew up and they just kept those numbers. And they run from side to side very well. But
hey, Bob and Brad, when you have a defense that moves that fast, most often the best way to negate that speed is to misdirect them. Get that speed working in one way and cut back up the other side. And a lot of teams have had a great deal of success against Miami's defense winning those kinds of plays.
That's what they did with McCoo 2 plays ago on a counter. And now here's Seneca, and he got hit as he tried to throw again. And that elbow's not going to get any better, I'll tell you that. And it's McDougal the second time tonight that he's hit Seneca's arm while he was trying to throw.
This offensive line is just a fair offensive line, not a great one. Yep. When you have a fullback blocking on a defensive end, that's not good.
Especially when he missed him completely.
Yeah,
almost.
did the Olay.
Penn State's quarterbacks are combined 0 for 6 throwing the football. Here's that counter that Swally was talking about. He did get good yardage, but McCoo lost his footing and went down after a 5-yard gain.
Take a look at the pit. 75 is Wilfork. It's a nice hole in the middle of that line. Closes up pretty quickly.
Forces another punting situation. David Royer again to kick. Jones camps under it. Late fair catch called for. I don't know if he touched it or not. Flags down. Penn State says they have it. They might get it. I thought he touched it, but I'm not positive.
I think the flag is a late illegal fair catch signal. We haven't. Who are they giving the ball to?
They haven't given us an indication yet. Whoa. Calling a penalty against Penn State.
I think they're calling it
unless he was. They're saying interference with the catch, but I didn't think there was anyone near him. They flew by him. Tony Johnson was one of the first guys down there, and it's the one time that our referee's mic did not work, or he didn't turn it on, so we don't get the explanation we're looking for. In the meantime, the Miami offense will come back out. We'll take another look at it here.
I don't know if he didn't give him enough room to catch the ball.
Well, there's the 2-yard halo.
No, he didn't give enough room.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, he went right by him.
That was kind of an ugly play by both teams, really, by Johnson coming down, getting too close, and by Jones trying to attempt a fair catch that late in the sequence. And he's paying the price for it a little bit because they're working on him now on the sideline. At any rate, Miami takes over at that spot, just inside its own 43-yard line. Here's Portis back in the lineup. Boy, he get nailed by Anthony Adams. Making the stop. Actually lost some yardage. ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Join in. Circuit City, we know how you feel. That's why we're here. Circuit City, we're with you. And Original Coors. Nothing beats an original. Kenny Dorsey's had a good night so far. He's got a 2nd and 11 here. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes so far in the first half. Play action goes complete across the 45 to his tight end again. And Jeremy Shockey's got about 5 more yards.
There's no question that Shockey is his go-to guy here early in the season. Big target, tight end, close to you. You can get the ball to him, and he runs good routes.
And has some speed for being 6'6", 246, and everybody indicates that at the next level he'll be a big-time player someday too. So they have some talented guys, and especially that front line that's given Dorsey so much time to throw tonight. 3rd and 7. Again, nobody around him. He picks his poison and goes right back to his tight end, first down. On a 3rd and 7, they get 12.
Let's don't forget that this is Larry Coker's offense. He's been the offensive coordinator there for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and this is his offense. He put it in, so what they're running is his offense, and they're doing a nice job of it. Now he's a head coach, and it's, you know, he said he's going to let Rob Chudzinski call the plays, and I'm sure that Rob is calling the plays. I'm sure that if Larry calls a couple now and then, he says, no, I didn't call any. We'll give the credit to Chud.
At the 42, another first down. Portis Broke one tackle, puts a nice move on, flags flying all over the place. And pretty good open field stop there. Brian Scott came over from the corner and got him in the ankles. Let's see what the penalty's about. Might be a holding call out in front of him, and that's what it's going to be. He had some lead guys out there trying to help him. So this is going to walk it back near midfield. Shamar Finney, the one of the defensive captains, talking with Dennis Hennigan about the options of things. Illegal block in the back if you're a good lip reader. And still first down as they'll back him up almost to midfield. So that'll bring it a first down and not quite 20. First and 17 is what they'll call it. 3:05 left in the half. And all Miami tonight. The penalties really their only downfall so far. Portis on a little quick opening draw, and he puts a nice move on. Broken tackle. Down the sideline is Portis. Big collision at the 18-yard line, but he's got another big run. 31 more yards. And he's over 100. Well over. 127 already in the first half.
Take a look at the offensive line. McKinney 78. Gonzalez 73. Just takes his man all the way across. Bibla and Haji Razuli is in there. Romberg the center. And then he kind of dishes it out right there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Run that far and then put a hat on somebody on the other side.
But it's that offensive line that stays with their blocks. And then the ability of the running backs. This Miami has the whole package.
They sure look like it right now. Here's McGahee who took his spot, and he almost opened it up all the way to the end zone. They drag him down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they've got another guy, a third guy that we haven't seen yet, Frank Gore, a true freshman out of Coral Gables that Coker says he really likes. McGahee was, geez, nice to run through holes like that, huh?
Yes, so. That thing was gaping. And it's the 7th play of this drive coming up. As what they've done in the red zone tonight. Both their touchdowns came from outside of 20 yards. Nice play fake by Dorsey. Wide open is Shockey. One man to beat. Got there. Touchdown. But his favorite target, his biggest target, he just hit him for a 10-yard score.
On the top of your screen, number 88, just a little slow block and release. This is nice right here. He breaks the tackle of Branch and gets into the end zone.
Making it look easy. And about to make it 30-0 is Todd Severs. And he does. So the worst nightmare that Penn State could have imagined for their fans tonight. They had hoped they could get to an early lead and stay with Miami. And when we talked to Joe, he said we can't let them run up and down the field and get a big early lead because then we'll never get the crowd back into it. Right now they're pretty quiet. A lot of them are going out for a hot dog right now. Some of them may never come back. I don't know. It's 30-0. It is a packed house, though. 106,537 is. It's probably more than that actually tonight. It'll be the biggest crowd ever to see Penn State play at home, though. We're assured of that, as Bob was talking about. They added 12,000 seats. Nice way to start what might be an All-American year, huh? 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
Tell you what, they were strong at the end of last year, beating Florida in the Sugar Bowl, and then coming back this year. Like I said, a lot of their key players are back. They lost a couple of they lost 4 first-round draft picks. Dan Morgan, the defensive linebacker, and the 2 wide receivers in the first round, but they got a lot of talent. The uncertainty was the shuffle. The head coach, Butch Davis, the offensive coordinator going to head coach. Randy Shannon coming over from the Dolphins, being the defensive coordinator. Just the changes in the coaching staff with the big question marks.
Seaver's kick. Larry Johnson a couple yards deep will bring it out again. Johnson cuts outside. He's got another nice return. Throws a stiff arm out there and got across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. To Times Square Stadium we go, and John Saunders. John.
All right, Brad, thanks a lot. Halftime in just a moment, but right now with Miami in command, we want to let you know that after halftime it's done, except for those of you in Pennsylvania and Florida, we'll take you out to the Wisconsin-Oregon game, a much more competitive game. Again, Terry Bowden and I, along with halftime scores and highlights. That's all coming up right now. Brad, back to you.
All right, John, thanks. 30-0 our score. Miami and Penn State trying to muster any kind of offense they can here before halftime. Seneca with a bad elbow trying to throw, running for his life, and sidearms it incomplete. Matt Waller's got a piece of it. Matt Seneca, this is not the way he wanted his first start in Penn State uniform to go.
Nope. The defense for the Hurricanes looking awfully good. Randy Shannon came in, said he changed some of the terminology, but he wanted to keep the aggressiveness and do the same things that they were doing and just maybe add some of the things that he had learned with his 3 years with the Dolphins. But this defense looks pretty good.
There's the Miami assistants. It's easier to be a coach when you're up 30-0. It's a little calmer in that booth.
Well, you got that right.
Second down at 10 for Penn State. Seneca from the shotgun. Matt steps up, has some time. Now he pulls it down and gets what he can. Oh, and he got a headache out of it, but he's still standing, and the guy that hit him is the one that went down. Mike Rump says, nice hit.
Yeah, good sportsmanship.
Rump doesn't mind.
Well, they said that Seneca was like a Joe Cap type of quarterback, tough leader, not real pretty, but he gets it done.
That's what Fran Ganter explained. He said it's like Joe Cap. And that's what Joe used to do. He'd either hurdle you or just square on you like that.
That reminded me of Cap.
It sure did.
Yeah.
If he didn't come out of a game with stitches in his chin, he wasn't happy.
Yeah. Following that, though, I got to tell you that Penn State has not completed a pass.
Nope. Third down at 6. Easy in motion out of that backfield. Seneca. There he completed a pass, but it only got about a yard. And now some of the fans giving it the what for a little bit about that being the first completed pass with a minute 20 seconds.
Well, he had Gilmore open to the wide side of the field over here, but I don't think he saw him. Gilmore to his right side. I don't think he can see him because of the offensive and defensive lineman in front of him, and so he throws it the other way, much short of the first down.
Miami, penalty-wise, has more yardage than Penn State does total offense in this half. Not a good sign.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I don't like
that. Here's the punt again. And Jones takes it on the run. No, it's Buchanan, rather. And he broke a tackle, and he weaves around, and now there's going to be a flag thrown into the pile near the end of that return. Might have been a holding call on the Canes, trying to give their punt returner some room to work. Double fouls. One each way. That's why the big committee meeting. Coming up in about 1 minute and 9 seconds at halftime. Valvoline halftime show. John and Terry have all the scores and highlights from college football today from around the country from Times Square Stadium in New York. And it was a busy day. The teams that were supposed to win, for the most part, did. And some of them took a long time to get started, but
no big surprises.
Again, the officials' mic is not working. Joe Paterno is listening as we are, trying to get the call, but there's penalties both ways, so they're trying to determine where they're going to spot this thing, because they're going to walk it off from about the 40-yard line and go 10 back, I think. And finally, after all of that, they'll work from the 30, the Canes, with a 30-point lead.
This can't be good memories for Paterno on the sideline, down 30-0 at halftime after last year's start of 1-4 and then finished up 5-7. Only his second losing season in 35 years, but this is not the way he wanted to get started.
One completed pass by Penn State in this half. And back to the ground game goes Clinton Portis, who's had a huge first half on this his 20th birthday. He's done what he's wanted to do on the ground. Kenny Dorsey has chopped things up using 3 different receivers for touchdowns. His fullback, one of his wideouts, and his tight end. Shockey, the tight end, has a career high already with 6 pass receptions, including that touchdown the last time they had the ball.
Second and 1.
And officials stop play here, and it's going to be an official timeout with 37 seconds left in the half.
I wonder if Larry Coker ever envisioned one of the most difficult decisions that he'd have to make in this game is when to pull his starters or when to take out his #1 guys.
That's a good point.
In the first half.
Sure a nice luxury to have a big lead in your first game as head coach. Now the officials are going to bring out the chains. That's apparently, it was going to be second down, we thought, and short yardage, and now they decided to look at it. And second down and about an inch. So there's 4 minutes of all of our lives we'll never get back, and it's still second down and short. So second down and inches. There's another 30 that comes into the equation. When they score 30 or more, they don't lose. That goes back way back into the 80s. Dorsey's going deep. He's got a man open. He's out there, and he's got it. Intercepted. Bruce Branch picks it off. Beard had a shot at it, and Branch is coming the other way. Branch down the sideline. And the Nittany Lions have it with 18 seconds left in the half. Got to give Bruce Branch credit for sticking with it.
Well, you are getting beat. Branch is getting beat. Beard, #9's got this ball right on the money, running it in for a score. Branch is 2 or 3 yards behind him, just pays attention and gets the rebound.
What a crazy looking play.
You don't charge that interception to the quarterback.
No, that's for sure.
Charge it to Beard.
And Branch with a nice 32-yard return. He knows what to do when he gets his hands on the ball. He's Penn State's career punt return leader as far as number of punt returns.
Played 2 years at wide receiver here too. In the last 2 years he's played at defensive back.
What if that could lead to something positive here with 18 seconds to go? That would be a huge play. Otherwise it's just a blot on Kenny Dorsey's record that, as Bob said, shouldn't belong there. Seneca to throw. Fires, one hops it, intended for Bryant Johnson, and Seneca's down again. Jonathan Vilma, I think, is the guy that hit him this time. And Matt Seneca from Allentown, Pennsylvania, the junior, making his first start and having a rough first 2 quarters. Let's look at the end of the play. I was watching the intended receiver, didn't see the, oh man, yep, that's a big one. Vilma, guy taking Dan Morgan's spot at that middle linebacker position, and he leveled him.
And the coaches talk about Vilma in glowing terms. True sophomore. They say this guy is brilliant, speaks 4 or 5 languages.
I'm not even sure Matt speaks English right now. After that hit, he's not saying much. And Vilma comes over.
Vilma had knee surgery in the spring, missed most of the spring. They didn't know if he was going to make it back, but he's there, and he's starting the first game of the year at middle linebacker.
So Zach Mills has to come out again. A redshirt freshman who has yet to complete a pass in his college career. 0 for 2 tonight. Looking to throw here. In trouble. And floats one out and got it to Johnson, complete. Johnson with a stiff arm inside the 35 with 4 seconds left. And a timeout taken by Penn State. 19-yard play. Wasn't the prettiest in the world as far as the ball, but it got there.
Just got to get something going. This is his first completion as a collegiate. He'll remember this one. moves around a little bit, which you're going to have to do against an aggressive front four like the Hurricanes have. Johnson gets back to the inside knowing that he has a timeout left, and they got one shot at him. 4 seconds.
Brian Johnson had to buy a duck stamp out there waiting on that pass, but it got there finally. Longest play for Penn State of the night. And they do not have a guy that's got a 50-yard leg, I don't think, as far as trying to kick.
Go back to that duck stamp. Are you insinuating my quarterback threw a duck out there?
It sure was.
Just because it took a while to get there.
We could hear it quacking way up here.
My man was in trouble. His eyes were as big as silver dollars. He had those 90 numbers running around him.
Those 90 numbers have created some havoc on Matt Seneca.
Oh, boy.
Williams has had a big first half from his defensive end spot. There's David Kimball, and as I said, they don't have a guy that's a 50-yard type field goal kicker because he was 0 for last year. He did try 3 long ones, missed them all. And so they're going to come in and try one more play. Only the 3rd play that'll be run in Miami's territory for Penn State so far tonight. So we got one shot here to the end zone.
Throw it in the end zone.
3 wideouts out there. And now Miami may have taken a timeout. And they do.
They only had 10 players on the field. You don't want to help them out by just having 10 players out there.
That could be a big help. Drummond has yet to catch a pass in this half. He was the guy that they thought would be their home run hitter as far as their passing game, but when you have a hard time just completing any passes, you can't worry about it. He's their fastest guy. He's trying to keep loose out there because they might just try to get this one down in the end zone to he or Brian Johnson.
This offense had 6 starters returning for Penn State. Rashard Casey was the quarterback last year, and that was part of the problem that with the incident that he had, whether he was going to be indicted by a grand jury or whatever. They lost their first 4 ball games, and then the Adam Talaferro incident, all of those things core, and then some other injuries. Everything went bad last year for Joe, and it's not starting off this year any better than it did last year.
No, they had that bright spot at the end of the season last year, beating Michigan State in their finale, which gave them, I guess, at least a little better taste in their mouth over the offseason. But this first 30 minutes has not gone well.
No. You know, this is a team that last year lost at home here to Iowa and to Toledo. Toledo's a lot better football team than most people give them credit for, and almost lost.
That's the Gophers, right?
Yeah, and almost lost to Indiana last year. So
Johnson, Drummond, and Tony Johnson all to the near side as Zach Mills drops on the final play of the half. Going to lay one up there, lazy pass. Brian Johnson's the closest, but it's intercepted by Miami. James Lewis back there defensively. And I think is the guy that's going to, nope, it's going to be
Scott
back there that made the play. And so he comes up with the interception to end the half. And Larry Coker's got his team out to a 30-point lead, and he's with Lynn Swann right now.
Well, Coach, everything looks pretty good for this football team. A couple of penalties, a bobbled pass for an interception. What will be your message at halftime to this team?
Well, we're playing really hard, Lynn. I don't know if we're playing smart sometimes. I think 2 things. We got to continue to play hard. We got to eliminate some of the foolish penalties we're doing, and also just finish the job and be aware of the celebration stuff, because they're really wanting to warn us about those things, and we're not being flagrant about it. We just got to be aware of it. We just got to continue to play hard.
When you look at the ball game, you're up such a big lead. How will you substitute? How will you get people in and out in the second half?
Well, we're going to, obviously, it's a long half to go and a lot of football left. So we'll see how the thing transpires, and we're going to play a lot of players if we're up in the game.
If there's any one thing that concerns you right now about Penn State, it would be what?
Well, you know, again, they are Penn State, and I think they're playing hard like we are. And again, we just can't give up any big plays, and we can't turn the ball over.
A good first half to your season.
All right,
thank you.
All right, fellas, a good first half indeed, as it's 30-0 for the #2 team in the country on the road, looking good. We'll be joining John Saunders and Terry Bowden at Times Square Stadium in New York for the Valvoline halftime show right after this.
Look, we got a lot to do today, so let's make this quick. Get what you need. We're out of here. Agreed?
Yes.
Number 2 Miami looking like the number 2 team in the country. 30-0 at halftime on the road at Penn State. We welcome you back to Beaver Stadium. Brad Nessler and Bob Greasy. Our moms told us there'd be days or halves like this, I guess. I don't know. Kenny Dorsey, 6 different receivers, 3 touchdowns. They won the battle of field position. You name it, they did it.
They scored 6 of 8 of the possessions they had. My feeling is they're still upset about last year when they didn't get the opportunity to play for a national championship. I'm impressed the first game of the season how excellent their passing game is and their offense is. It looks like mid-season form.
Yep. Sands got the first one, Davenport the second, then Shockey the tight end the last one. And the defense has been all over Seneca. He's been injured a couple of times. Only bright spot on defense, that interception off a tip ball. Let's go down and check in with Swanee. Lynn.
Well, obviously a very difficult position for Joe Paterno. He wants his team to come out and obviously play with pride, play with poise, make something happen. He can run the football well. He says the problem is in the pass protection. We've got to protect and give Seneca a chance to move the ball down the field in the air. Brad?
That'll be a tough one for him to do the way it went in the first half. Here's a return of the kick, Andre Johnson. And he got out to about the 28-yard line. Statistically, oh boy, that's total yardage 372.
The only thing Miami leads in is penalties, and that's not even on there.
15 first downs, just 5 for Penn State, and they controlled everything in that first half, both on offense and on defense. They spot that kick return out of bounds back at the 25, so that's where Dorsey and company will go back to work. The only real blemish on his first half stats was that goofy interception we just saw. Here's Portis. Nice little delay and then skips outside. Got the corner again. Across the 40 and out to the 43-yard line. Another 18-yard gain by Clinton Portis, the junior who's just tearing up huge chunks of this field.
Yeah, watch the blocking on the left side of the line. McKinney. They all go down, and this is a nice job by Portis. That's on his own. That play was designed to go to the right side. He bounces it all the way back to the left, getting an opportunity to start and play this year with the graduation of James Jackson.
Career.
They got a lot of running backs.
A lot of weapons. Career high night already for Portis, 154 yards. Najee Davenport caught a touchdown pass in the first half, carries it up the middle.
If you're Miami offensively, you want to come out and continue what you were doing in the first half, and that is run well, block well, throw the football well, and if you end up being ahead 40-45-0, then you've gotten some work in the third quarter and you're going to come out. But come out and play well in the third quarter.
Opening drive looks good so far. To the 46-yard line. Dorsey again all day to throw and completes it. First down, Andre Johnson. And Johnson down to the 44-yard line. The guys are open by so much, Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're a long ways away. We can see plays develop, but there's nobody in the picture on half of these.
Dorsey's doing a nice job. That time he looked to his left initially and then read back to the right side. He's a bright quarterback. He's been in this system for 3 years now, and he understands it. And to his credit, he just knows where to go with it. The difference, Brad, from this year's game on the road early in the season to Washington last year.
Huge difference, and we saw that only blemish on their record last year out in Seattle. And 2 weeks from now, they've got the Huskies coming calling down in Miami, and we'll be there for that one too. And you can bet they'll be laying for them.
Well, the Hurricanes have some big games on the road this year. Florida State is one of them. Virginia Tech is another, and then Pittsburgh, up in Pittsburgh on a Thursday night, is going to be a test for the Hurricanes.
Of course, that Washington loss we're talking about, the only one as a starter for Kenny Dorsey, and Shockey came out of a stance. It looked like the tight end on the left side. Somebody fired off a little bit early.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
Miami, schedule-wise, as Bob was talking about, Rutgers and then Washington down in Miami.
See all the away games at Pittsburgh, at Florida State. Boston College may be up. I think Tom O'Brien's doing a good job up there at Boston College. Pittsburgh and Boston College in the Big East have really improved themselves.
Grant Knoll for Virginia Tech today had a huge day in his debut after taking over from Michael Vick. So you know Virginia Tech's going to apparently be good on offense again. Here comes Clinton Portis. And penalty markers down. Might have a hold One of the wideouts got out there and blocked on Richard Gardner from the secondary. I think that's going to be the call anyway. I think it was Ethnic Sands who was trying to spring his tailback out there.
I don't think we've had a penalty against Penn State, have we? We've had one. We've had one.
A bunch of them on the Miami offense. 8 of their 9 have been on the Canes offense.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
So it backs it up to midfield. Right there. It was Kevin Beard, not Ethnic Sands. 9, not 7. So I don't want to get Ethnic in any trouble with his friends back home.
Those wide receivers got to be careful because they're out there all alone in space. They can get caught real easy.
2nd and 16. Zips another pass down the hash mark intended for Sands.
Sands, was that for you or for me?
Yeah, there were 2 guys right there.
Ethnic, it hit you right in the hands. I think it was for you.
Bruce Branch was back covering.
Yeah, maybe Branch got a little hand on there.
I think so. Branch has an interception tonight before halftime on a ball that should have been a touchdown.
He probably doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I don't think so. He got beat pretty badly on it. 3rd and 16. Dorsey fires out. He'll be well short of the first down. Andre Johnson at about 7. Bruce Branch and Brian Scott, the 2 corners, combined on the hit. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. So with 11:55 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Penn State's defense slows down at least the Canes offense for a minute. Freddie Capshaw to kick.
Second punt of Miami tonight.
Capshaw put the first one out inside the 15. This one he kicks straight away. Bruce Branch on the return. Maybe got about 4 or 5 on the return. DJ Williams put him down there. And Penn State will go back trying to find some points and trying to find some offense when we come back.
I don't know what my mother calls me more often, Jimmy or... You must be hungry. At her table, there's always a helping of this, a taste of that, and you get as much as you want, which is how Olive Garden brings you their never-ending pasta bowl. Have Alfredo with penne, or how about bolognese meat sauce with fettuccine? You pick your homemade sauces, you pick your pastas, you get all you want. It's all delicious, and it's just $7.95. Tonight, I'm having it with my brother. Mom calls him... Did you eat yet? Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
Introducing the next great Jeep idea, Jeep Liberty. Refined for the road, yet always ready for the challenges of nature. Jeep Liberty.
Un avion! Un avion! Un avion! C'est là! C'est là!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Sushi.
The mall.
I am the
I'm not the mall.
The mall.
I am not
not the mole. I am the mole.
Mole 2, The Next Betrayal returns Friday, September 21st on ABC.
Miami leading 30-0, 11:33 to go in the third quarter. Let's take a look at our Morgan Stanley well-connected storyline. All the good stories are being told by Miami. Dorsey, 3 touchdown passes. Portis 163 on the ground. And their bad stories for Penn State, 2 completions by their quarterbacks, 1 each. And only 67 total yards.
Not good.
Not good. Zach Mills at quarterback. Here's a counter. And an opening for Omar Easy. And Omar's got about 10. Close to it. Phil Buchanan and DJ Williams brought him down.
On occasion, that offensive line has done some good things, opening some holes. Iorio, the center, gets a nice block there on Joseph.
Those traps and counters that Swanee was talking about have been the thing that have sprung them for a little bit of yardage. Omar's got most of the yardage. A big guy that can run. One of the captains, 242-pounder. He's got 42 yards on his carries tonight. Mills. Better pass. Better result. Got it to the same guy got the other one too, but this one had something on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big throw.
24 yards to number 24.
By the redshirt freshman, Mills. 5-step drop, sets up and throws. This ball's got some zip on it and gets there quickly in between defenders.
See the safety backing up and tripped a little bit. Actually, it was a corner, Buchanan, that was covering. Fran Ganner will like that one. There's going to be a lot of bright spots in the film room. He'll try going deep sideline this time and out of bounds. Eddie Drummond was the intended receiver. Let's check in at Times Square Stadium and John Saunders.
Time for the Coors Light update, Brad. Wisconsin, Oregon. Oregon led early. Wisconsin has been their game since. Jim Sorgi, 13 yards to Darren Charles. And Wisconsin, who beat Oregon last year at home, trying to do it on the road at Autzen Stadium, 14-10.
Tell you what, Badgers just don't go away, do they?
It's a good ball game. Barry Alvarez always does a good job. Doing it with his backup quarterback.
Second down and 10 at midfield. Here comes a blitz, and it pays off. Running into Omar Easy for a loss. Jonathan Vilma coming up the middle.
Yeah, there were just too many players up near the line of scrimmage for that play to work.
And you see that they've got to get all the way down to the 40-yard line for a first down. And Chrysler is our sponsor of the first down here in quarter number 3. And you can see it's not 10 yards they're going to have to go. Our first and 10 presented by Chrysler is 15 yards away at the 45. Mills in trouble again. Whoops. Down he goes. William Joseph, third official sack of the night. A couple times the quarterbacks have been dragged down at the line of scrimmage, so a lot of action on the defensive front for Miami.
It's going to come from his right side. Left-hander, you got to have a right tackle that's going to protect you. That's a problem for the quarterbacks. You got to feel the pressure when it's coming, but you didn't have a chance there.
Royer's punt, high hanger. And Miami just trying to get out of the way of this one as it's going to take a Penn State bounce. Rolled dead at about the 24, just inside the 25 anyway. With 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. No change in our score. Still Miami by 30.
How can you provide for the future of the people who depend on you? With the power of Pacific Life. For over 130 years, Pacific Life has improved the lives of millions with investments, annuities, and insurance. Because careful planning today can help them reach their dreams tomorrow. Discover the power of Pacific Life.
Some guys take their car's performance a little more seriously than others. That's why they turn to Valvoline SynPower. Synthetic oils, additives, and cleaners.
Between a man and a woman,
Isn't that Keith over there on the dance floor?
things can get ugly.
What's your name?
And people can get nasty.
Did you smack it?
Two can play that game.
You got a stick?
Rated R. Opens Friday.
Introducing the next great Jeep idea, Jeep Liberty. Full of innovations and legendary capability.
And now, your eyes are fine.
Nature has never seen anything quite like it. Jeep Liberty.
Next.
Ken Dorsey, 3 touchdowns as part of that 30-0 Miami lead, and he said he had a little bit of extra incentive coming into this game tonight.
It's a big game for me because I'm seeing clippings like this. Miami QB impressive against lesser opponents. That's sort of a driving force for a lot of guys, and I think that's what's going to help me out this game. Is hopefully we're not playing against a lesser opponent this week, and I'm sure we're not.
You can tell he's a bright young kid, and he's got everything in proper perspective.
And the comparison, there is none, really. Dorsey's put up the big numbers everybody expected from him this year after his brilliant season last year, and he's back to throw again. He's got a man open, got him inside the 50. Off to the races goes Kevin Beard.
Didn't drop that one, did he?
Nope. Dragged down at about the 27-yard line. Sam Crenshaw got to him, but 47-yard pass play.
Kevin Beard is another of those young receivers who came into the season without a reception, but highly thought of. Both Beard and Johnson on the other side. These two guys are, Larry Coker was talking about him in the spring, and he's given him a chance to do something. Right in between the defenders, Beard makes the play.
Down to the 28-yard line. Back to the ground, and Portis with a big opening again. Clinton Portis, touchdown. Penalty markers down, but Portis just rips off what would be a 28-yard touchdown run unless it's coming back. And it is. So he'll have to try it again. Maybe that's why there was such a big hole over there.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the hold.
The spot was about the line of scrimmage where they threw the flag.
During the play, we had 2 holdings on Miami. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on Miami.
Wow.
Watch as this play is going to go. Watch the tight end over here. The play is going to go back up inside. Look at the huge hole, and here's one of the holds right here. Well, what a gaping hole for the runner.
2 holds. One was Shockey, the tight end. That's the one I think they probably called. 2 holds and an unsportsmanlike. So this is going to be a double penalty because one's post play, one's during play.
Right.
And this is going to be quite a march going the other direction here.
Well, it'd be from the end zone and 7 points. You take a line of scrimmage back 25.
Yeah.
25 yards.
That's a triple whammy there.
Shockey looks like he's upset.
I'd say he is. Not a happy tight end. And you know, it's amazing because Larry told Lynn going to the locker room, one thing we have to watch for is a lot of the penalties and some of the antics afterwards. And
well, like I'm saying, and I said in the first half, in a game like this where you're up 30, these penalties don't matter.
Right.
But if you're playing Florida State in the 4th quarter and you need all the yardage you can get, or Virginia Tech or somebody like that on the road, and it's a tight ball game, you do not want to be undisciplined and just if you don't like something, you just mouth off or hold. You can't do that.
First down at 34 now. And McGahee might make a big bunch of that up right here. Got across the 40 down near the 37-yard line. Richard Gardner knocked him out of bounds there. But they get a big chunk of it back with McGahee's run. Nice little quick opening draw. As good as Dorsey's been tonight, they had to respect the fact that it looked like a pass, and then he got all the way down to the 37-yard line, pick up a 14. Second down, 19 now, and they're going to go with the same play the other way, and McGahee can't keep his footing. Got only about a 3-yard gain as we and John Saunders. John.
Brad, Wisconsin had grabbed the lead on Oregon, but Joey Harrington leads him back. He rolls to his right, throws back to the left to Justin Peel, his second touchdown reception of the day. And the Ducks whacking again on top, 17-14.
Good game going on there.
I like that Harrington. I hadn't seen him until some of the highlights I've seen in the last week or two, and I like him a lot.
We saw him up in New York on that building last week. Here's Dorsey, and he goes down to the tight end, Shockey. Another first down throw down to the 15. This guy's got good hands, good speed. He's just made up for being part of that hold and picked up 20 yards of what his 10-yard penalty was about earlier.
Here he is right here again. He's just going to go straight down the field. Watch the quarterback. He's looking away. And look at this throw. Right over. He gets over the linebacker's head.
That's pretty.
Oh, yeah.
All the way down to the 15-yard line.
Got to have confidence in your player and your receiver that he's going to go up and catch that ball.
That's his 7th reception for 84 yards for a tight end. Those are pretty big numbers. Dorsey with a first down to work. Back to the ground. McGahee almost 5 down to the 10-yard line. We're down to 7:15 in the third quarter.
And I can't tell you, Brad, what a confidence builder it is to have a tight end that can catch the ball, because he's inside, he's closer target, he's working most of the time against linebackers versus your wide receivers. They're further away from you, the throw is longer, and they're working against quicker defensive backs, and oftentimes they're double covered. If you got a good tight end and a back that can catch out of the backfield, you can move the ball down the field.
Two of Shockey's grabs were on third downs. This is a second down and 5, 7th play of the Hurricanes' march here. Dorsey, quick slant, got it, down to the 2, it's first and goal, Kevin Beard. And he threw a strike there. Had to have a lot on it, and he did.
It's important for Miami that these young wide receivers make some catches, some tough catches. Beard dropped the one earlier at the end of the first half that was intercepted, but this is a good, tough catch.
Very tough. Good hit by Gardner. Beard held on, and that's first and goal. Dorsey just looks like a guy that's got every throw. Can take a little off it, can put some air under it, he can put some heat on that one.
From the time we saw him last year up
Not even the same guy.
Oh, no. That game was the bottom of his career there.
Here's McGahee off the right side, bouncing his way, lost the football. Penn State's got it. Ryan Scott comes up with a loose ball. Shamar Finney, I think, is the guy that got the hit. McGahee might have tried to get too much there with his extra effort, and he lost the handle.
Watch it coming this way. I think Scott, 32, might get the ball, knock it out. Watch Scott come up from behind him. Oh, the helmet. Mayer's helmet, I think.
Yep, you're right.
Good, tough defense. Tom Bradley's defensive coordinator being proud of that one.
Yep. Both turnovers have come in Penn State territory for the Canes, so just when they needed a big play, Penn State's defense got one. Their offense just can't get anything going. Omar Easy's planted in his tracks at the 5-yard line.
Well, the defensive line has been as dominant as we were told. Coker was telling us they've got 8 guys up there that can play. And the secondary has been tough. And the linebackers are kind of new with Vilma and DJ Williams.
Not much is getting to the linebackers. The front guys are cleaning it all up. Second down now, 12. A loss on the play at 2. Mills comes up firing. Got it. Out across the 15. John Gilmore, his tight end. Pickup of 11. It'll be a couple yards short of the first down, however.
I don't know how he got that ball through there.
I don't either. That thing had eyes. So Gilmore, his big tight end, 6'4", 258 with his first catch. Now they need about 1.5 yards to get a first down. And they're only 1 out of 9 on their third down conversions. They got the big guys in there, Glosser and Omar Easy. They're going to throw for it. Mills across the middle, a surprise, and a first down and quite a bit more. And it's Gilmore again. So now the other tight end with an answer and an 18-yard pickup. That's gutsy, 3rd and 1.
Yes,
go to the
is.
pass.
I like the call. Fran Ganner with the call. Knowing that this defensive line is tough. Just dumps it off to your tight end over the middle against a linebacker. See if Miami can do it, so can we. Vilma just can't get there. Gilmore trying to put some moves on.
Down to the 35-yard line. Larry Johnson in the backfield now. He got the handoff and fighting his way. Strong guy. He got about 6 yards. Nice run by Larry Johnson. We check back in Times Square Stadium and John.
Don't go anywhere because Wisconsin and Oregon exchanging touchdowns again. You want to see a big hole? Anthony Davis saw it and then shows the speed as well. 69 yards for the touchdown. Wisconsin back on top of Oregon, finally getting their running game going after having less than 50 yards running in the first half.
I talked to Barry Alvarez this week. I said, I thought you didn't have anybody that could run the ball. Michael Bennett's with the Vikings. He says, I got a little guy that can do some things. I guess so, huh?
What color is that field up there? Is it brown?
Oh, no. They're tearing it up. I know that.
Yes, they are.
Here's Mills. The sideline. Caught. Bryant Johnson, a great grab. Finally something to cheer about for the Penn State faithful.
That's 4 catches for Bryant. Bryant Johnson, number 24 against Rumpf. Oh, great catch.
And watch it when he goes up. They have a new receiver coach, Kenny Carter, and he told the quarterback, I want you to throw the ball to give my receivers, your receivers, a chance to make plays, something that Penn State has not been doing. And that time, he did exactly what he wanted to do, and the receiver came up with the big play.
Kenny the other night was saying, don't mistime your jumps. Don't jump if you don't have to. He had to there, and he comes up with it, and they go right back to him. Incomplete. On the coverage, Philip Buchanan. The fans are booing. They wanted a holding call on Buchanan.
Both these corners for the Hurricanes have are pretty good. Buchanan is high on the list of all of the corners that are coming out this year and next year, but he is one of the top corners in the country. He kind of came in for Leonard Myers last year. Rumpf on the other side is just as good. And Reed, the free safety, had 8 interceptions last year and returned 2 of them for touchdowns. So these guys can play.
No doubt about that. They don't give up much. 2nd and 10. Mills from the shotgun. Zach's got a little bit of time. Now it's running out. And wisely got rid of that thing. He had a couple guys in pursuit. Jamal Green and Vince Wilfork were coming after it. This is the deepest penetration for Penn State into Miami territory today. Fran Ganner's been around a long time. Offensive coordinator.
31 years here at Penn State.
Long enough to have a son on the team now.
Yeah. Chris, quarterback.
8th play of the Nittany Lion drive. See if they can get some points out of it. And it take too much time?
No. Must have been illegal motion. Somebody moved.
Might have been somebody coming out of their stance.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Tyler Lenda, the right guard, I think, is the guy that came out of his stance a bit. Joe there pretty much tells the story.
He's quite the disciplinarian. He's 74 years old, but he bounces around the practice field.
Does he ever?
He's very involved.
3rd down, 15 now. Mills throws, intended for Bryant Johnson again. And Marquise Fitzgerald broke that up. Wasn't much of an opening to get that thing in, and it didn't quite get there fast enough.
Well, you better get there because this Hurricane defense is good. Last year they had 8 takeaways that they turned into touchdowns. 6 interceptions they ran back, and 2 fumbles they picked up and ran back. So they're looking to make the big play.
That was an excellent play. Got his left hand around in front and knocked it away, and it forces the 4th down, and Penn State's got to go for it. They have to try to get something happening. 4th and 15, deep middle to the tight end, and it's broken up. Incomplete. Ed Reed's the guy that made the diving attempt at an interception there, but big Will Fork put the pressure on. Miami takes over on downs, leading by 30.
Chrysler Town & Country, re-engineered and redesigned with over 80 available safety and security features. Drive one and see why it's the best minivan ever. Now get a $2,000 cash allowance or 0.9% APR financing on Chrysler Town & Country.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Everyone is rushing to the funniest movie of the summer.
Hey, cutie.
Rolling Stone calls it faster and funnier than the first time.
This is off the hook.
Jackie Chan kicks butt, raves Time magazine. The New York Times says Chris Tucker is hilarious.
Watch your back.
It keeps rushing in the fast lane for a good time.
There are a lot of men chasing us.
That's well, they should be. Rush Hour 2.
I'm not shopping with you no more.
Rated PG-13. Now playing everywhere.
Want a job that makes you happy? Post your resume now. Monster.com.
You the monster. Look at you losers. You've got some processed gray patty they call hamburger when you could be having golden KFC original recipe chicken. Yours was microwave. Mine was slow cooked.
KFC original recipe chicken. Get a 12-piece bucket for only $9.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
These ABC Friday, September 21st, 9/8 Central.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Jeep, makers of Grand Cherokee, Wrangler, and the all-new Jeep Liberty. Pacific Life, annuities, insurance, investments. Discover the power of Pacific Life. And Monster.com, who reminds you, job good, life good. Miami's defensive line good.
This is a true freshman right here. Will Fork, number 75. This kid just came to the school. I mean, he's been here maybe a semester. I mean, they got guys that can rush the passer. They haven't had a tradition there for a long time. Damian Lewis just graduated.
Right.
The first-round choice of the Rams. They've got these guys that can rush the passers on the outside, and now they got this young pup.
Only 346.
Yeah.
I think he might be a little bigger than that, actually. McGahee getting his time at tailback because Clinton Portis may be done for the night. He had a month tonight just with what he put on the board. In the first couple quarters, Clinton Portis was already well over 100 yards rushing. Look at the size of McKinney. You talk about big guys. Look at number 78. 6'9", 336.
He didn't play football until he was like a junior in high school.
He was in the band, wasn't he?
Yeah. What position you think? What instrument you think?
You said flute the other day. I got to figure tuba. I don't know.
Did you see him playing a flute?
Penalty marker's probably going to have another holding call in the general vicinity of where that one was thrown. And we'll take a look at the penalty, tell you what it is when we come back from checking in with John again.
Brad, Alabama trailing UCLA right now. Still in the lead, 20-10, about 11 to go in the final quarter.
That could sour the debut down there. Huh?
Coach Fran. Yeah, everybody's all excited down in Bama about the football team. Bob Toledo needs to have a good year out of UCLA.
Only 6 wins for them last year.
There were 2 penalties on the play. Holding on the offense has been declined. Illegal block below the waist on the offense has been accepted. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
This is the 3rd time tonight we've had 2 penalties. Double penalties on the same
on Miami.
play.
Yeah. That's 12 penalties that they've been assessed. They probably had a couple more that were declined.
Yeah, they're up in the 15 range right now.
But we know what Larry's going to be talking about on Monday with the squad.
He will not be happy with that.
Yeah.
So again, this will put it back inside the 30. Talk about options. How many times Penn State had to look at which penalty you want to take?
Yeah.
That's what you call getting your penalty money's worth. Kenny Dorsey's been compared. A lot of people say he does have sort of a resemblance in body size to Bernie Kosar. He doesn't throw like Bernie does, but
he moves around a lot.
He does move a little bit. Yeah, that's right. And again, they get that yardage from the penalty right back. It's the 2nd time that's happened as McGahee goes all the way out to midfield.
Well, McGahee is a fine runner in his own right. He's just a sophomore coming up right through the middle. If they didn't have Portis, this kid would probably be playing and getting a lot of yardage. He's a redshirt freshman, 2nd year at their school. But they've got another kid behind him, Frank Gore, that they like just as well as they like these other 2.
There's Portis with the hat on. It's a big night, and his birthday night pretty much over. And here's McGahee again. Well, the Canes knew where to recruit McGahee. He went to the same high school as Najee Davenport, so they had a little tradition of good backs there too, apparently.
They've got another back in the backfield, Jared Payton, Walter Payton's son.
Yep.
Is at Miami. He's the backup fullback.
There he is right there.
Yeah, number 34, wearing his dad's number. He plays fullback, but this is not a true fullback position.
Right.
There's 2 back in the backfield, and there he is.
They're the up man in the eye right now. And he gets the call right on cue. Got 2 or 3 on the play. Gino Capone in on the tackle. Let's check in with Swanee.
Well, Peyton was in a car accident in the summer and driving his, actually I think it was Portis who was driving his BMW. Both he and Portis and another player were thrown from the car. It's amazing they did not have a more serious injury. But while he was laying down on the pavement, he said he heard voices telling him to get up. And when he recognized the voice, he stood up, and he said the voice he heard was his father looking after him.
Ooh, man. That gives you chills, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a pass out to him. And he's got a first down, or very close to it. Jarrett, the sophomore. That wasn't the only tough thing he had this summer. He cut his foot on a piece of coral in a scuba diving accident, so he missed some practice time.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's a bad summer. You got to forget that summer. And so far this season, a bad one that Joe Paterno would like to forget.
This summer, Joe's kind of lightened up also. He's had him bowling and going on picnics.
Yep.
And,
softball leagues.
Yeah, trying to lighten it up a little bit, get everybody to know each other a little bit better, and I think that's a great idea.
Yes, it is. Here's McGahee again off that right side. Nice open field stop over there. Sean Mayer from the secondary put his head in there and brought him down, and it'll bring our 3rd quarter as well to a close. So no more damage done to Penn State. Miami using some of their backup people and had an opportunity to score but fumbled it away at the 1-yard line, and so no change in the 3rd quarter. Into 3. It is 30-0. 2nd-ranked Miami. ABC Sports presentation of college football will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
This Labor Day weekend, the Home Depot has big plans in store. Like no payments and no interest till spring of next year when you use your Home Depot consumer credit card. Get that new appliance, that new floor, or maybe that new kitchen. And if you're planning to paint, save $3 a gallon on Behr paint, stains, and Glidden Evermore. So whether you've got big plans or little plans, make plans now to come to the Home Depot this weekend.
Being first is never easy.
Will I make it? Will I be laughed at? Will it be worth it?
The Giants aim to return to championship form, while the Bronco running backs plan to carry Denver to the top of the heap. Monday Night Football, September 10th at 9, 6 Pacific on ABC.
Sports Camp! Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Mulholland from the West Penn Allegheny Health System.
And I'm Paul Child of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and this is Sports Camp.
A common complaint in youth soccer is foot pain. Continuous running can cause serious inflammation of the soft tissues of the foot.
The right conditioning, along with proper footwear, can help prevent these injuries.
Early treatment includes rest, ice, compression, and elevation. If symptoms persist, seek proper medical attention.
Sports Camp is for Sporting Goods and West Penn Allegheny Health System.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we know sports are important to you and your kids. So when it comes to choosing the right soccer gear, Dick's and Nike make you a winner. Right now, Dick's has this great youth soccer package. Everything kids need at a special package price of $39.98. You get the Nike Junior Tiempo cleat, shin guard, socks, and Nike's Noventa soccer ball. So before your kids hit the field, take them to Dick's for Nike soccer gear and register for a chance to attend a free soccer clinic. Dick's, we love sports as much as you do.
Call for action.
It's one way Action News is taking action for you.
Never get tired of looking at that guy standing up, clapping his hands, do you? Adam Talaferro, injured about 11 months ago, and now always believe in comebacks. That's right. And number 43 here tonight led his teammates out. He's a grad assistant coach and works with the secondary. He's at practice every day, twice a day. He's in working out, trying to get better physically, as Dorsey zips another one right down to a 1st and goal for Miami. Got that one to Jason Geathers.
Imagine this will be the last series we might see of Dorsey. I think that what they want to do is get the backup crewed up in the ball game, because I mean, if anything happens to Dorsey, I mean, nobody's thrown a ball
right
at quarterback position besides Dorsey. Ethnic Sands would have to move back from wide receiver.
And whistles halt play here. I would think that if Miami gets a touchdown here, especially if it comes off the arm of Dorsey, that's going to be it for him for the season. And of course, a long line of great quarterbacks, started by George Myra and then through Jim Kelly, and we mentioned Bernie earlier, and then Vinny, a Heisman Trophy winner. Gino Toretta, likewise a Heisman Trophy winner. And this kid now 3 touchdown passes already tonight, 335-yard night, which is a career high, and all those guys' records are going to fall before he's done throwing the ball.
And he says he's going to stay. He's a true junior, and he says he's going to stay through next year. And the thing I like about, he doesn't throw interceptions. He's thrown in his career coming into tonight 35 touchdowns. He's had 3 more tonight. Only 7 interceptions. So he had 1 interception here tonight, but because it was it was a completion that was not.
8 different receivers he's used tonight too, so he knows how to mix it up.
Delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
I'll say one thing for him, though. He hasn't even gotten his jersey dirty. So those big uns, those big eaters up front, and we mentioned them earlier, McKinney and Haji Razuli and Romberg and Bilba and Gonzalez and all those guys. They're some players, and they don't let anybody touch their quarterback.
They've done a great job. Vernon Carey, number 60, is in there right now at right tackle. They have done a great job. And, you know, if I were a quarterback, I'd want a good offensive line and some good receivers. And he's got it. And he's got to get good running backs.
1st down, backed up to the 18-yard line. Dorsey pumps once and then throws. Did get rid of it to Payton. And Jarrett, nice stiff arm, cuts inside the 10, back to the 9-yard line. And he shows some nice open field moves. Started off his Miami career in a different number and changed last year in honor of his dad to that famous number 34.
He's trying to get this ball to the tight end. They like to get on that, to put the wide receivers away, short side of the field, the tight end and the fullback work over there as a combination. And that time the tight end was covered. He came back off to Peyton.
So now it's back inside the 10, 2nd and goal. Penn State was late getting an extra body out there. McGahee, tough couple yards. Bob Jones still in there at his defensive end spot's the guy that made first contact.
Derek Cole's there, number 2, is an interesting story. He's a linebacker, and Tom Bradley was saying he's our best linebacker, but he doesn't start because he's got an enzyme deficiency, and they only allow him to play like 25 plays. They actually have somebody counting the number of plays that he's in there, and usually he's in there on passing situation plays because he's pretty quick and he can run with tight ends.
They say he would be a big-time player if he could play a whole game, and still the 30 snaps he gives him usually quality. 3rd down and 6, and nice job, Jones again. I just mentioned in number 96, he and Ben Fatty there to bring down the running back. And Ben Fatty, that's a famous name around here. Yep. His brother Lou was an All-American here in the early 90s. This is Dave, his little brother, 5'11", 220.
Dave was a walk-on. Walked on the program and earned a scholarship. His 5th-year senior.
Todd Severs has been perfect tonight at his field goals. This is the shortest one he'll attempt from 23, and he's still perfect. 4 for 4 for Severs. So the first points of the second half come much as the first points of the first half came off the foot of Todd Severs. 12:22 remaining in the ball game. All Miami 33-0.
In 1935, Foxwood Farms started with 1 horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only 1 truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
What will you do with 1,500 more minutes?
1,500 more nightly girl talks. 1,500 more good times to share.
That means more scores to check out. Verizon Wireless now gives you 1,500 more night and weekend home airtime minutes free every month with an annual agreement on select digital plans of $35 and above.
1,500 more chances to get a date.
1,500 more emails. Even more goodnight kisses. You always get more from the largest wireless network in the nation. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
Choose road. Validating tires.
BF Goodrich tires with traction advantage.
Approved.
For control you can feel. BF Goodrich tires. Take control.
When you see a sandwich like Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme with 2 lively slices of mozzarella and a wicked Parmesan sauce on a big whole breast filet, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Lunch, anyone?
Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme.
Real.
There's no weapon, no physical evidence, no motive.
For a bar fight? Booze works.
From the creator of NYPD Blue, Philly, Tuesday, September 18th on ABC.
Our Pacific Life game summary in this one. A lot of big hits on Matt Seneca. Sent him out of the ball game twice. Zach Mills has come in. He's done a little better job the last time they had the ball, but he's been roughed up as well. The Miami defense has been swarming all over this Penn State football team. And you add that to the fact that their offense has clicked on all cylinders, and thus 33-0 is our score at Beaver Stadium. Biggest crowd ever. In fact, they announced it. We told you what capacity was, and we said there'd be 107,000 here. The crowd tonight is 109,313. Biggest crowd ever, obviously, to see a football game in this part of the country.
I think it's anywhere. I think that's more than Michigan.
Did they say that was more than Michigan? They made an announcement.
Yeah, I don't know if they did say that.
And bringing out of the end zone, Larry Johnson. Penalty markers down, and with those markers, we'll check in with Swanee. Lynn?
Well, Brad, Ken Dorsey's greatest fan probably is his older brother, Adam, here. And Adam, you go to Florida State.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
Well, I love it. It's a great place to go to school, and the people there are actually pretty nice, and it's been fun.
But you've been known to wear that Miami T-shirt around the campus.
I have, yeah. sometimes you got to stick it to them a little bit.
Now, you have seen all of your brother's games, and you've had to buy tickets way in advance. What's the most unusual way you've gotten to one of his away games?
Definitely the Greyhound bus to Morgantown, West Virginia, 36 hours one way, and met some very interesting people along the way.
How'd you get here for this ball game?
I flew to this one. Much nicer.
Yeah. You've seen a lot of airports.
I have. Yeah, that's all right, though.
So you have your schedule mapped out for the rest of the year?
I do. I had to give a list of classes I'm going to miss to my teachers, and they're not real pleased about that, but that's all right. I'm having fun.
Well, I know your brother appreciates your support.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's a good kid.
Enjoy the rest of the ball game.
Thank you.
I love that. He's a good kid. Kenny's only about a foot taller than Adam is.
Yeah, he is.
They look like Mutt and Jeff when they're side by side. Here's a run by McCoo. Eric found some open field. Still on his feet out to the 30-yard line.
I tell you what, Penn State, they've got 3 running backs, and I like all 3 of them. And you know, this kid, Easy and Johnson, all 3 of them.
And then McCoo, their leading rusher the last 3 years.
Yeah. They just need to get some balance in their passing game.
Exactly. If they had any help tonight, that ground game would have been more and more effective. And
you know, Penn State hasn't had a good passing game around here since some of the old days.
Blackledge, our old buddy,
and Kerry Collins.
Yep. Well, they've actually only had 3 quarterbacks in the history of the school, and I said earlier they play as the tight end Gilmore. They played football here 115 years. Only 3 quarterbacks for Penn State have ever thrown 20 or more touchdown passes in a season, and they were Todd Blackledge and Kerry Collins and Tony Sackett. Yeah, that's it.
When you stop to think about that, I mean, that's
kind of amazing.
Yeah, that's Joe Paterno offense, I guess.
Yep. Of course, they had a lot of guys chew up a lot of yardage on the ground too.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
2nd down and 2. Nittany Lions with 11 minutes remaining, trying to get something going here, and they're going to do it on the ground one way or another. Maybe a first down. Going to be close. Darrell Weaver made the stop on McCoo. Time permitting, I want to remind you to stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental post-game report. John and Terry will have all the scores and highlights from across the country for you. And they'll keep close tabs on that Big Ten, Pac-10 game going on. Wisconsin and Oregon, they've kept us abreast of that. And it's been a good one. Same with Alabama and UCLA. Close enough that they're going to bring the chains out.
Here's a did you know, partner.
All right.
Penn State. How many years in the Big Ten? 8 years in the Big Ten since '93.
Glad you answered that for me.
I saw you over there struggling, so I figured I wouldn't put you through it.
Chevy Trucks has shown us whether that's a first down with our 1st and 10. It's not quite.
All right, Penn State in the Big Ten for 8 years since '93. 93, excuse me. They've won 1 big title, went to the Rose Bowl 1 time. During that same period of time, Northwestern has gone 3 times, won the title 3 times, go to the Rose Bowl. Now, everybody thought that Penn State coming into the Big Ten was going to dominate, and you look at the numbers, and it hasn't been that way.
It's been Northwestern and Wisconsin going to the top.
Exactly, for sure.
Hasn't been what they thought were going to be the big 3 of the Big Ten, which is actually 11, if you can follow my math. 3rd down and inches here. And straight ahead they go with Sean McHugh, and the fullback / tight end gets a first down. Howard Clark makes the stop. They move the chains. Coming up later, we'll select our Chevrolet players of the game. Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund.
There's a couple of candidates right there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Portis and Shockey.
Those guys are having fun. As well they should on the road against maybe an outmanned and not as good as some years Penn State team. But hey, this is still Happy Valley, and not too many people come in here and push people around like they are right now. 33-0. Zach Mills scrambling and trying to buy some time, and he somehow, on another pass that had eyes, finally got one to Eddie Drummond.
There you go.
Tell you what, Zach's hanging in there.
Yeah, he's getting some good work. And I'm sure that would be one of the positives that Joe will talk about after the game, that Zach Mills, his redshirt freshman quarterback, got in there against a darn good football defense.
And he's 7 out of 15 for 121 yards. that's after the first pass that he threw tonight was a disastrous looking thing. First one he completed wasn't much prettier. Now he's calming down a little bit. And he's going to throw a fade over here, and Brian Johnson's got it, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Penn State. That's more like it. Nice adjustment on the ball by Brian Johnston.
Well, that's
200-pounder.
It's exactly what Swanee was talking about earlier about going up and catching the ball at its highest point. Kenny Carter, the offensive wide receiver coach, we were watching him do this the other night at practice, and that's a great example of it right there.
Give your guys a chance, and he did, to go up and make the play. David Kimball now in for the point after. He's been waiting all night to get a kick, and he hit it right down the middle. So the Nittany Lions finally on the board. It took them till 9:51 remained in the ball game, but a touchdown pass has their first 7 of the year.
How you doing?
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 How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Ah! What?
Question about DirecTV?
Yeah, I hear this thing gets like an insane amount of sports channels. That's what I want, sports 24/7.
Hey, hon, what's up?
You're absolutely right, sir. With DirecTV, you and your family can enjoy wonderful educational channels together.
I'll let you guys talk.
We know how you feel, and that's why we're here, Circuit City. We're with you.
Educational? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
Introducing the all-new 270-horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, the most powerful mid-size sport utility in the world. It's one strong SUV. The new 2002 Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
Well, it's probably not going to happen tonight, but sometime this year, Joe Paterno will tie and then pass the legendary Paul Bear Bryant in number of victories by a Division I-A coach. 2 national championships for Joe, 6 for Bear. You know, we had to sit down the other day before we had lunch. I said, Coach, I know you're going to hate me asking this question, but, you know, they won't pay me if I don't ask you the question. So I asked him about the impending record.
If it happens that I end up winning more games than Coach Bryant, and then when Bobby passes me, I'll get mad and I'll put up a dartboard and throw darts at his picture and all. But it's, you know, records are, what are they? They're milestones, but they're just milestones in what people have been able to accomplish for other people, not necessarily for themselves.
I just never get tired of being around that guy,
yeah,
you know?
He makes sense, and he talks sense, and he talks discipline and integrity, and that's all through his program. Unfortunately, they've lost 11. Get back to that in a minute.
Buchanan from the goal line on the kick, and out of bounds at about the 5. And Kenny Dorsey's night is done. They're going to be, I think you were going to say, Bob, in the process of losing their 11th game in the last 17.
Exactly. They've lost. This is 11 of the last 17, and Crudup is the new quarterback. He's a redshirt freshman. This is his first action.
Out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. 6'1", 202-pounder. Comes in with the luxury of a big lead. Not the greatest field position they've had tonight, however. Frank Gore is in the backfield, the guy that Bob's talking about, and kind of an unceremonious handoff. The first time he takes a snap for Crudup, had to fall down to get it to his tailback. And Gore, the true freshman, got about 4 yards.
You mentioned Penn State losing. This will be their 11th loss last 17 games. Miami has a string of 11 straight wins.
Yep.
On their side
to Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Oklahoma a winner again today. Air Force gave him some early trouble, and then Nate Hibble got on track, and you could see him mature in that ball game that we had earlier today on ABC. You could see him growing up as a quarterback, as we have talked about Kenny Dorsey growing up so much over the course of the last year as a quarterback.
And it takes time. It just, you know, we talked about it this afternoon. It just, you know, Hibble or Seneca, or, you know, we saw it in Dorsey. Dorsey went through it early last year. That experience out in Washington really helped him grow. On the road, a very loud stadium, trying to check off. They knew they couldn't do that. So, but you never know how long it's going to take. 1 game, 4 games, 5 games, maybe a whole year for a quarterback to come around and play well.
3rd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground, and Gore got out to the 20, almost the 21, but short of the first down. So Penn State's defense will force a punt. And Freddie Capshaw will come in to kick again. Eddie Drummond's going to drop back as the punt return man, and he can be dangerous if you give him some open field. Under 8 minutes to play. Capshaw's kick takes a bounce, and he has to let it go. Miami will wait for it to roll dead way down at the 22-yard line. That's where Penn State will take over on offense, but they 3-7. 3-7.
Switch?
Sure. Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that switches from an SUV to a pickup.
Good idea.
Chevy Avalanche. Like a rock.
Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. We keep on singing all day long. Hi-ho. Hi-ho, 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 gonna make your troubles go.
Want happy employees? Help secure their financial futures. At the Principal Financial Group, that's what we do. The Principal is the 401k leader. Financial solutions for you and growing businesses.
Who's our 401k with?
The Principal Financial Group. We understand what you're working for.
Want a job that makes you happy? Post your resume now. Monster.com.
You the monster. Introducing the new Baja Chicken Taco, made fresh from Taco Bell. Marinated all white meat chicken, spiked with zesty pepper jack sauce and a cool fiesta salsa. Now buy 2 Baja Chicken Tacos and get a medium Pepsi free. Now get in here.
Rare.
What do men want? I laughed at his jokes. I don't need a lot of foreplay. I like sports.
From the creator of NYPD Blue, Philly, Tuesday, September 18th on ABC.
Well, it looks like Joe Paterno will be 322, 91-3, and Larry Coker will be 1-0.
Yeah. It's the players. Here's a look at the coaches that went before Coker. Butch Davis stayed 6 years, won no titles, and went on to Cleveland. Erickson stayed 6, won 2 titles, and went to Seattle. And Jimmy Johnson stayed 5 years. And before that, it was Howard Schnellenberger, who stayed 5 years. So.
Pass complete. Broken tackle by John Gilmore, the tight end. Gilmore shugs off another blocker and then takes about 3 Hurricanes with him. Tight ends both look good tonight. Gilmore 28 yards on that one.
But we're looking at that graphic about coaches for Miami. And some of the Miami fans get upset that Butch Davis left. Right out at us. Gilmore shakes the tackle. Rumpf shakes another one. Smith.
Clark. Yep.
But some of the Miami fans were really upset when Butch Davis left. But when you stop to think what Butch did, I mean, he stayed longer than most of the other coaches.
Went through a lot of sanctions and
lost
to get it built back
31
up.
scholarships. Yeah, he did.
Here's a pass. That one tipped a little bit and behind the intended receiver. Earlier we had our ABC Sports Online poll for you, the greatest college football coach. We thank all of you that hopped online, and Bear Bryant by an eyelash or so over Joe Paterno. And Bobby Bowden only got 15%. Florida State people, see, they must not have been paying attention tonight. They were celebrating that victory over Duke.
They were out.
Out in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Mills from the shotgun. Plenty of time to throw this time. Dangerous pass. Incomplete. That would have had to be a miracle to get that one in there, and he couldn't quite. It's incomplete. Gives us a chance, though, to check in with John at Times Square Stadium. John?
Guys, yours may have been decided for some time, but this Oregon-Wisconsin game is going right down to the wire. Jim Sorgi, 48 yards to Lee Evans. He gets it down to the 1-yard line, and Sorgi scores on the next play. This was set up by an interception of Joey Harrington, the second of the game. Remember, he was picked off 3 times last year, 28-24, 5 lead changes in the second half. And UCLA holds on to beat Alabama by 3. Brad.
Couple good ones, John. Thanks for keeping us posted. Mills throws outside, incomplete. Brian Johnson, the intended receiver. Well, if Wisconsin holds on and upsets Oregon out there, that means Wisconsin's a better football team than anybody's given credit for, and maybe Oregon wasn't.
Well, that's true. The game is played at home. Oregon has not lost at home like, what, 20, 21 games in a row they've won. And Wisconsin goes out with their backup quarterback and might win the ball game.
Kevin Beard waiting on the punt, and it's a good one. Hangs high. He's got a call for a fair catch, and maybe should have let that one go, but he takes it at the 7-yard line. 6:47 to play. Reason to smile if you're a Canes fan.
You like simple better than complicated. You like quick better than slow. You like easy better than hard. So now pay with SpeedPass at both Mobile and Exxon. It's fast, it's free, and it links to a check card or major credit card you already have. Call toll-free or visit speedpass.com. We're drivers too.
How'd this happen?
I said I wanted to go hiking tomorrow, not bring home Charo.
Hey.
It's not even close.
I heard what I heard. Do you have a cellular phone? Yeah. It's the static. Here. Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so all your calls will be clear.
Thanks.
Sir, ma'am, Charo.
Bye-bye, Cutie.
2,500 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Change for $1. Sure.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup.
Thanks.
Chevy Avalanche, like a rock. Raw.
You're gonna make the evening news for stalking your ex-wife and using city funds to do it.
You're real.
You taught me.
From the creator of NYPD Blue, Philly, ABC Tuesday, September 18th.
Here in Happy Valley, the fans of Penn State would be much happier if the team were winning, but it's a program that's enjoyed support from its alumni and fans. As a matter of fact, we're sitting in the middle of a suite with my friend Franco Harris. $93 million renovation of this stadium. And Franco, I didn't know you were making so much money to have a suite.
Well, being a Penn State alumni, we do quite well.
What does this mean to the program?
You know what? It was just wonderful to see us step it up a little bit with the stadium and build this beautiful addition to the stadium, and they did a fantastic job. This is my first time here tonight for the game, and I'm quite impressed.
I was noticing that on the sidelines, you're celebrating, obviously, the 15-year reunion of the class of '86 national championship team. But Penn State has a policy where all the lettermen come back to the game can be on the sideline anytime they want to.
Well, you know what? I think if you ask and if you can be on there, I tell you the truth, I'm not sure what the policy is. I think I've only just done it once myself. I've asked to be on there, and they allowed me on there. But I have to admit, it is something that now I think I'm going to ask for in the future.
Well, things are looking pretty good here. The facilities have improved. I think maybe you're going to need that edge or maybe help recruiting, get a few more players.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, they really fixed up the environment wonderfully, but you also need a good product. And tonight's been a little rough, but being a Penn Stater that I am, we're not going to give up hope. We're seeing some improvement in the second half. I'm saying in the second half we're winning it 7-3. So that is a little improvement. And matter of fact, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right, Franco, thank you very much. I'll see you back in the neighborhood.
Thank you. And go
Brad?
Penn State.
See, that's easy when you can just interview one of your neighbors.
Yeah.
And
your
we can put a
homeboys.
pretty good team together tonight. We got Franco and Swanee in that box. We got Grease up here with me, another Hall of Famer. Jack Ham's over doing the radio for Penn State.
Yeah.
We could put a hell of a team together, you know, just for a pickup game probably. Franco Harris, one of the great running backs here, of course, in years past, and then an all-pro career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Eddie Drummond going to go down at about the 26-yard line. ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Budweiser, with a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. And Morgan Stanley, formerly Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. Move your money, get well connected. Beautiful night in Happy Valley, but not a good night for Penn State fans. On the short end of the score, 33-7. And this young fella has hung in tough. Zach Mills had to come in when Matt Seneca injured his elbow, and he's gotten a little bit better with each series. Omar Easy on the carry, and Penn State running out of time. Larry Coker is going to have his first victory here soon.
About the only negative they can take out of this is the 14 penalties, 120 yards they were penalized. You got to overcome that. You know, they say that Larry is more relaxed, a more casual players coach. You know, Butch Davis was more businesslike, more disciplined. And I think when you see the first game, you come out with all these penalties. I think what Larry has to do is get a little bit stricter with them, a little bit tougher, and discipline. Say, hey, we can have fun, but we can't have silly penalties, because that's going to get to you.
Mills, nice ball, Bryant Johnson. Nice catch too. Good throw.
I'm impressed with both ends of that. Johnson, Bryant Johnson has been looking good all night, and Mills put that ball right on the money.
Right. Came down that thing, I think landed on the football as he was falling down at the end of this 35-yard catch.
That's DJ Williams, 17, a linebacker running with him, and I think you're right. This young redshirt freshman, Mills, has done a nice job.
And Bryant Johnston, Bryant's got a 6-catch night, including a touchdown, and whistles. Looked like defensive line for Miami jumped unless they were drawn offside. Vince Wilfork, when he gets that 350 going in the wrong direction, it's hard to get back if it's on him.
I think Felder, the left tackle, moved.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You are correct, sir. So that backs Penn State up. Larry was the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach we were talking about for 5 years. Before that, he coached defensive backs at Ohio State in '93 and '94. Offensive coordinator when he was in Oklahoma, '90 through '92. And for 7 years, coached offensively at Oklahoma State. Had some pretty good players there named Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas. So he's worked with some good ones. And Zach goes down. 4th sack of the night for the Canes. They were just swarming all over the place that time.
He was also at Ohio State with Eddie George. Larry Coker. So he's been around some good ones. That number 75 is Wilfork. That's the guy that we were talking about earlier, the true freshman in the middle of that line.
I think instead of Wilfork, it should be two forks. I think he eats with both hands. That's a big guy.
Well, they list him at 338. I don't think so.
I don't either. I don't think so.
Can't even tuck his jersey in.
He's quick as a cat, though. And here's Omar Easy. Omar's got it back across the original line of scrimmage, picks up 10 yards. Philip Buchanan made the stop.
Interesting to note that a lot of the Miami defensive starters are still in the ballgame.
Yeah.
That's something that the defense doesn't want to give up a lot of points throughout the season. They like the yardage down, they like the points down, and that's why they're in there.
3rd down and 9 coming up. To get it down to the 31-yard line for a first down as we approach 2 minutes. Plenty of time for Mills, and Easy's got it on the other end. Don't know if he got the first down. Might be a little bit short. Swanee was talking with Franco about the $93 million renovation of the stadium, and they did put some beautiful boxes and seats in here, and they put 93 cents into the TV booth. 93 million into the rest of the building, and 93 cents where we are. But
it's the same old booth, isn't it?
It's the same old booth. And Adam, every night's a good night for him, even when his team's losing now.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. He's got a special life ahead of him. He was a special purpose for him.
Most people that have been around him and what he's been through know that his calling is for much more than football. He's going to have a bigger impact on things in the world than he would have as a football player. And he might have been, you know, a great one. They thought maybe he was NFL potential type thing, but now he's going to have something even bigger to offer this world. And he is quite a young fellow to be around. A lot of work to do yet, though. He's still got a long ways to go, but my, how far he's come so far.
Oh, boy.
Jeez.
Stop to think that it was like a 3% chance of recovery. And within a year, he is back to where he is right now. That just gives hope to everybody that's out there that has had spinal cord injuries, their families, and that's just a wonderful story.
Sure is. Minute 2 seconds remaining gives us a chance to tell you our Chevrolet players of the game for this one. And Clinton Portis, the birthday boy on his 20th birthday, ran a lot of the times behind Shirko Haji Razuli, who was celebrating his 21st birthday. So other guys can share that if they want. This is icing on the cake for him. And Brian Johnston, the wide receiver for Penn State, a career high 149 yards on 6 catches for him. So our congratulations. In recognition for their efforts, Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. This guy was our second choice, to be totally honest with you. Zach Mills. He's got plenty of years to win some Chevy awards.
And he's getting some good playing time here. This is the making of a quarterback right here. When you get in and no matter it's the end of a ball game, it's still live bullets out there. And you're getting some completions. You're moving the ball.
You're doing it against their front line
and exactly,
defenders.
It's a first defense in there.
And a first down at the 29 of the Canes. Zach again sets and fires. Intercepted. There's a mistake. Hung that one too good. You can't do it with guys like Edward Reed back there. They're just too good.
Exactly. And you're throwing way across the field. Reed's pretty good. He's got 12 interceptions in career. That's his 13th. And he's a ball hawk. He'll pick them off. We mentioned he had 8 interceptions last year. 2 of them returned for touchdowns.
He was a first-team All-American with those 8 picks and heading in that direction again.
Yeah.
So now a lot of the folks are shaking hands, saying nice to see you. We'll see you next home game as they start heading to the exits here after having a record crowd of over 109,000. And Joe's going to have to wait another game at least for. And he doesn't make any bones about the fact he could care less about when the record comes with Bear Bryant's. He said, I'll be humbled by it because that's awful good company, but I'm not worried about it.
And congratulations to Larry Coker.
Yes.
His first win took a long time to get there, but 53 years old. He's waited for a long time, but finally, first win on the road against a legend.
Waited 22 years to be a head coach, and it only took him one game to get that first victory. Miami 606 yards of offense tonight. So they show that they have some firepower, and they can do it in a lot of different ways. Portis ran well. Dorsey was near perfect and ended up with a career high night. Kenny did. And taking a knee, that'll end the ball game. So Miami ranked number 2 in the country, and they look like the number 2 team in the country right here. Penn State goes to 0-1. Larry Coker gets his first win ever. 33-7 is the final, as the two coaches will shake hands. They've never officially met until right now, and you know Joe is very happy for him, despite the fact his team comes up short. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you from Austin, Texas next week. For Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, Adam Talaferro, and everybody else, I'm Brad Nessler. Thanks for being with us. 33-7, Miami a winner. We're going to send you out to a very, very good game between the Pac-10 and the Big Ten. Wisconsin and Oregon. Keith Jackson and Tim Brandt are standing by. Keith.